I don't care if you've been waiting on the record of Ragnorok all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with all that dankest of shit. On my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
So if you have sex with the opposite sex of yourself, is that still masturbation?
God damn, you asking weird questions. On my far right, engineer on the ones that choose, choking people out on the greatest of all grown-ups.
John McAfee did not commit suicide.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Look, the vaccine was like a gun with a bullet. Wearing a mask, it's a shield. So I'm going to continue wearing my mask so I can feel more protected. I'm just saying. Don't at me.
There you go. Same thing works for pregnancy.
Not
Strap
if you're
up.
shooting blanks.
Like somebody I know.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess if your nuts are sniffed off, I guess.
Seedless crew.
Yeah.
Kronos, you got some statistics for us.
That I do. Listener of the week would be, I don't want to murder this guy's name, but I think it's Awias or Awas. Thank you very much for listening. We definitely appreciate. What the hell? Whoa. Sorry, look at our stats. The last couple of days have been very, very good. That's really
There
weird.
we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. It's because it's Juneteenth. That's why.
Well,
Just saying.
maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of thousands.
Now I got to go look.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Nobody's in the chat yet, but we just went live, so it's okay.
Good shit. Old Ninja, you know how you do. You usually pour out some type of beverage. It's usually an urban beverage. Who instead of you pouring it out, and why come?
Why come? We're gonna pour out some St. Ives this week for John David McAfee, or I believe it's actually pronounced McAfee, but it is what it is. Best known as the founder of McAfee, the computer security software company whose headquarters are right here in the Bay Area, actually right near Levi Stadium. He was born on He was born in Britain on a U.S. naval base, but he was raised in the U.S. He used to work for NASA's Institute for Space Studies, and then he went on to work for Xerox, Univac, and Lockheed before starting McAfee. However, quirky, crazy, and mysterious antics throughout the years. Starting with, after he sold his stake in the company of McAfee, he made a YouTube video on how to uninstall McAfee antivirus. In the video, he is snorting a white powder and being stroked and undressed by scantily clad women.
Wait, he's snorting a white girl. He's snorting that white girl.
Sure. It can't be the powder's not fully identified, but sure.
Okay.
The video has over 10 million views. In 2012, he was wanted for questioning in connection with the death of Gregory Fyant Fall, who was shot to death in early November 2012 on the Belize Island where the men lived.
Did you
There's
cut out? Oh, sorry.
Did I? Am I?
Yeah, he's breaking in and out.
Am I?
You're good now.
You're good.
Oh, hang on. It could be my fan. There's also a video from what I believe to be a documentary. I've actually watched this video. I haven't watched this. It's a clip. It's about a minute and a half clip of former maids who claim that he was into scat play. And they go into very detailed, orientated about what he liked.
Why you kink shaming?
In July, just because you got excited. In July of 2019, he was released from a detention in the Dominican Republic after he and 5 others were suspected of traveling on a yacht carrying high-caliber weapons, ammunition, and military-style gear. He ran 16 in 2020. Am I cutting out?
You just did once. Again.
I don't know what's going on this year. So he ran for president twice in 2016 and 2020, respectively. He claimed that taxes were illegal and hadn't filed taxes for 8 years or more, and he fled to Spain last October. He was arrested as soon as he landed, or as soon as he got off the plane. He's been in jail ever since. On June 23rd of 2021, which is today, he was found dead due to an apparent suicide in a prison cell near Barcelona, shortly after his extradition to the U.S. was authorized by the Spanish National Court. Since this had happened today, recent discoveries of his tweets from 2020, where he says, quote, "I am content here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine," end quote. It is strange. His father, ironically, also killed himself via a gunshot to the head when he was 15. McAfee was
70. He cut out. Yeah, that was some super shady shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to the story, but I just posted the facts, so.
Yeah, it's funny how he went Wesley Snipes with I don't gotta pay taxes, which is funny because yes, taxes are technically, they used to be illegal for poor people. They've always been legal for the wealthy and rich people. So they're supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be paying taxes. Like, don't get it twisted. The only reason why everybody else is paying taxes is because we've been in a fucking war economy since World War II. Like, but if we stopped living in the war economy, we didn't have this crazy ass, $600 billion a year plus DoD budget, we would not need to have everybody paying taxes. It's fucking nonsense.
So I'm gonna go a little off the rails, I guess, kind of like he did. So as we know, we've talked about this, on the podcast. The QAnon people. The QAnon people believe that the government is being run by Satan worshipping pedophiles, I guess. That being said, with McAfee jumping all over the board about this whole apparent suicide, McAfee, the company, their Instagram page had a giant bold letter Q on their page today, which sent more of the QAnon conspiracy theories in overdrive. So, yes, I believe
they're in the back of their trunk. Just it's a QAnon conspiracy.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yes, McAfee's page, their Instagram page could have been hacked or whatever. Maybe someone thought it was a joke. Don't know, but there's more overdrive of what was going on.
Did you confirm that happened?
That there was a Q on their page? Yes. On their Instagram page, not on their business site. It was on their Instagram. I can't confirm if they were hacked or whatnot. I just said that it's possible that they could have, or some asshole took to their Instagram page and put a Q on there just because they believed in it or whatnot. Still, those type of antics send the QAnon people into overdrive.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I just remember McAfee is just that one software you always get on your computer that you purchase that you can't fucking get off of there. Like, what is it? Best Buy. There's a service you can pay to get all that bloatware off your fucking laptop when you buy it. And I think they charge like $75 or some shit to do it.
Damn, McAfee itself is like $75.
Maybe they.
It's funny because Intel bought it from him.
Their Instagram doesn't have that on there. I mean, unless they deleted it, but they don't have very many posts on Instagram.
Yeah, apparently it was deleted earlier today. It was on there for a short period of time, according to the Associated Press. So.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think?
About?
It's bullshit. I mean, the guy didn't kill himself. Fuck out of here. He could have came back to America, beat his case because he's fucking rich. He might have served a little bit of time, but he'd have been fine. I don't believe that guy would have killed himself. He was living his fucking best life, snorting coke. Doing whatever he wanted.
Having chick shit in his mouth.
Yeah. It's, these crazy, it's crazy how much people just accept these things. Like people mysteriously committing suicide in jail that are wealthy people. And it's just like, then all of a sudden they're going to do research and be like, oh, there's going to be some cameras that were turned off. And, oh, people missed their shift. And, oh, blah, blah, blah. we just accepted it that we know there's a fucking group of goddamn basically assassins that just go out, they arrest people, throw them in jail, and they kill them in jail. So, like, it's not a conspiracy theory. Like, it's literally this is what has happened multiple times. So, yeah, I guess we're just used to it by now. I mean, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, we're good.
The most, to me, the most egregious recent one is always going to be Epstein. You know, I mean, no, that one was like in Manhattan. You know, he was supposed to be on suicide watch. He was supposed to be on 24-hour surveillance. I mean, all the things that just make it painfully obvious that this was not as clear cut as the official story went, and then also it just kind of washed away from the news, and everybody just kind of forgot, and you don't even hear fucking much about it. But this was one way or another some type of hit, you know, and everybody knows it, and we just kind of shrug and move on. But like, he had powerful friends, and he ran a sex ring of underage folks, for underage girls, for years and years and years and years and years. And
for
so
decades. Just say decades. It was decades.
Decades. And we don't, as the public, know a whole lot about how it all really went down. And we, even with his madam, what's her name? Ghislaine?
Yeah, I'm surprised she's still alive.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. You don't even hear much about her. We wouldn't be surprised if in a month or two she mysteriously, you know, gets got. You know, it is what it is.
I mean, it's not the 60s anymore, because back then they were openly assassinating people in public. So I guess now they've learned to do it quietly in a jail cell, or, you know,
That's
not
where there's less eyes.
Yeah, it's a different time now, though. So in the 60s, like, you know, we didn't have the internet, right? So, but now, like, you can't do these things and get away with it. And like, well, apparently I guess you still can, but I mean, people will know about it. Like, it's way more visible. Like, it's super hard to like hide. But they're gonna get to a point where they're gonna get so bold that somebody's got to do something about it. You know,
hopefully
somebody's gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, once they catch what's his name, when Snowden gets reacquired, he gonna get got easily.
Probably.
I mean, he was smart enough to go to a country where they don't extradite, and he probably sold secrets, but he finna get got. If he ever gets brought back, he gonna get got for sure.
Are you talking about the guy, the WikiLeaks guy?
Yeah, Edward Snowden.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that gets me is, you know, we got all, you know, bent out of shape with, rightly so. I mean, he's committed egregious human rights violations, but, you know, Putin puts a hit out on people and literally tries to assassinate folks left and right boldly and overtly. And, you know, some of the Western powers get, you know, kind of, how dare you or whatever. It's like, there's extra shady assassinations that go on right here as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Kettle calling the pot black.
Yeah,
basically.
for real. I mean, but Putin doesn't even wait for them to go to jail. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking poison you with radiation.
Yeah.
Like in your hotel room. And it's just like,
yeah, exactly.
You're not even trying to cover it up. Like, there's no possible way that somebody's gonna commit suicide via radiation poisoning in the goddamn room. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, someone fucking put some cyanide with some arsenic in their fucking shit and drink this up.
Like,
I gotta give that dude, his opposition guy, I can't pronounce his name really well, so I'm not gonna butcher it, but I gotta give him some props. He fucking survived multiple assassination attempts, and he's still technically kicking right now. And I'm like, holy shit, man.
And he's still out there campaigning.
That dude's probably got fucking rabbit's feet and horseshoes in his back pockets and shit.
He's got a leprechaun in his back pocket.
Right?
Or like Ludacris did, have him around his necks. Around his necklace.
Yeah,
he's got like a 4-leaf clover in his wallet or some shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, eventually somebody's just gonna... Some people are gonna wake up and be like, this isn't right. And like, actual... You know, government's gonna have to actually sit down and like have a strategy on, you know, whatever this shadowy organization is, from killing people. Because right now they ain't doing shit. Probably because they're all, you know, bought and paid for. But you know,
let me give the guy real quick props. I got his name. It's Alexei Navalny.
Yeah.
The one he keeps trying to assassinate, and then the motherfucker's still alive and shit. But
this guy needs to release a rap album because with that many fucking attempts, he might be the biggest rapper in the world and shit.
Right? Russian rap might be on the map after that.
For real.
Call himself the Russian immortal. What if he really wasn't immortal though, and nobody knew, and he just like literally cannot fucking die?
God damn.
He's like, have you guys read Berserker yet?
No.
No. Oh, wait. Is that the one? Is that the new comic?
Keanu Reeves, yeah. The Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves comic.
yeah. I haven't read it yet though.
Well, basically, Keanu Reeves is he's an immortal, like legit immortal, and that's probably that guy.
Well, Keanu Reeves himself is immortal.
Yeah, he seemed like it.
Guy doesn't age.
He really don't.
I still like the meme that's going around that said that Pharrell Williams, since he said that what was that? I think it was like Black Lives Matters. He was against Black Lives Matters, and because of that, he lost his ability to stay immortal or some shit.
Oh, so now he's starting to look old.
Yeah, he's starting to look old now.
Does he now?
Damn.
You still wearing that stupid hat? Maybe the hat was the powers.
It's all bad.
God damn. Let me do a real quick announcement for those who don't already fucking know. It's the worst kept secret in the world. I am moving me and my family down to San Diego proper in a couple weeks now. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't been on the show last couple weeks. Just kind of trying to get my ducks in a row with a big move and my whole family going down there. But I'll still be, calling into the cast, and we're still going to keep it moving. But for those who are listeners who don't know, that is my big announcement that is going on with my life.
Yeah. We've been waiting for this announcement for weeks.
Nah, the truth is he's running from Zuck. He's too close to him, so he's trying to get out of the city.
Oh, damn. Facebook jail police coming for your ass.
How does that motherfucker go back to like 2012 and shit?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. What the fuck?
Because he was just like, oh, we missed this one? Oh, he was wilding back then? Here we go. Boom.
God damn. I'm a different person from 9 years ago.
What's the statute of limitations, goddammit, on some booties?
Fuck.
There's no statute of limitation. Yeah, we keep getting the booty wall keeps getting lit up by like past posts. I'm just like, bro, this shit is from like, 8 years ago. Like, just remove it. I don't give a fuck.
It's like you already closed out the group. Like what else?
Is it actually closed? I don't even know.
It's not. It goes off and on.
Yeah.
Well, wait, hold on. This is number 2 though. One of them did get
one of them
down.
did get shut down.
No, the other it's still. So the one that we thought closed down was actually active, and then I see that it got disabled again. I'm like, when would this reactivate? I had no idea, but then I saw it. So this has been deactivated. Now the new group has been hasn't been disabled yet, but there's been some infractions.
It's so dumb. It's like, listen, if you're a consenting adult, you want to see some booty pictures. Like, what's the big deal on some private Facebook group? It's like, it's nothing nefarious, Meanwhile, you can have groups of fucking white supremacists on Facebook. And they have groups, and they ain't getting disabled.
Yeah, N-word all over the place.
Yeah.
And even worse.
We have booties of all colors. I'm just saying. And some Buddhists too.
It was like a bag of Skittles. Just tasted.
Oh man! Yeah. Spray them Skittles.
Dick Skittles.
So just funny. Sorry, I just poured myself a 21st Amendment Hell and High Water beer into my black and beautiful mug, and when I was pouring it, I just thought like, wow, that's like the most stereotypical thing I could do. A black man drinking a watermelon beer out of a black glass. Just thought of that.
Me too.
Oh my goodness.
Did y'all see Rick and Morty? I haven't seen it yet myself. Did y'all catch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna before you go in real quick, Blue. For those of you who don't know, you're like, oh, I don't have HBO Max. It's supposed to be on there. It's on YouTube. First episode was free on YouTube.
I have to go check it out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a great episode. I mean, basically, they have fucking Namor. Basically, his Namor. and
he looks like Namor.
Yeah, he's Namor. He's coming through, and he's Rick's like arch nemesis on Earth. So basically, they go on some crazy adventure on some other planet, and they both Rick and Morty get fucked up. They barely get out of this place, Rick passes out. Morty's flying the ship. The ship's all disabled when they re-enter Earth, and then they end up in the ocean. And then Rick wakes up and he's like, "Where are we?" And he's like, "Oh, the ocean." And he freaks out because he's like, "Oh, damn it!" And then Namor comes up wearing his codpiece. Dude, he's like, so what was his name in the show? I can't remember.
Mr. Nimbus.
Yeah, Mr. Nimbus. Oh my god, he's like one of my favorite characters now because he's so like gross and like super sexual about everything. He's like hell of annoying. And
that shit was hella funny.
Yeah, I just love the way that I think it's Dan Harmon who writes the show, right? And Justin Roiland.
Yeah, those two.
The way that they do like their hero's journey and like they compact it into every single episode, and they don't leave out much. They like seem to do a really good job of like completing the hero's journey every single time on every single episode. And shit that you thought that they probably forgot about this, they'll bring it back at the end. You know what I mean? Like, no, we didn't forget about this. Like this is still happening. And it's just like everything in this was just hilarious. Like especially when it came to just like them aging wine. And then, like, I don't know. Y'all gotta watch it. It's hella funny. I don't...
Every time, because, like, I remember they had talked about numerous times how they weren't going to do time travel, but yet they do time dilation. Mm-hmm. So every time Morty kept going through, like, things would age. And, like, every time he went through, it was basically a different TV show. Which was hilarious. I was like, holy shit. There's even like I don't know if people caught it, but there's a movie about time with Hugh Jackman in it called The Fountain. They even referenced that shit in that they actually have like the Tree of Time and all this shit. They had that in the fucking episode. I was cracking up laughing. I'm like, I wonder who's gonna get that. But because I've seen the film and I'm just like, whoever else has seen The Fountain, they're gonna recognize this straight out the bat. You're probably going to crack up laughing. I love the beginning because I was watching it like kind of a second time, like yesterday, and I was like, holy shit. The very maybe first 30 seconds of the episode, Morty is about to throw in the towel. Like he doesn't care that they're going to crash. He doesn't care until he like talks to one particular person and is like, oh wait, hold on, let me make sure this works. I need to survive this now. I was like, holy shit, you're willing to fucking die with your fucking grandpa. Mm-hmm. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, and having old girl basically hooking up with Morty, and then and then basically she just wanted some wine, and it was just like hella funny, like what the lengths he would go through just to get some ass. But I mean, when you're a teenager, you would basically do the same amount of ridiculous shit.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's funny because the ad on TikTok, they had Summer trying to do like one of the TikTok trends, and she's like, "What would you do if you were me on the show?" Or blah blah. She gets mad that people want to respond to her. She's like, "What are you talking about? I'm the star. I'm definitely the star of the show. It's not always about Morty and like he's just a little punk bitch." Like it's so fucking funny what they did for that.
What? There's a TikTok on this shit?
Yeah, I think it was an ad they had for Rick and Morty for the new season, but like Summers it was fucking funny, and so other people started like compilating off of that. So TikTok has some pretty fucking fun videos on there.
Blue, you've been lost on TikTok the last like week and a half. You've been stuck.
Bro, China's got all your information now, man. They got your kid's DNA. They got your address.
They do. Fuck it. The shit they have on it pretty fucking funny. Plus, there are some thirst traps.
Oh, there's all kind of booty on TikTok.
Oh yeah. Like some of the makeup stuff on there, it's like, god damn, like these chicks would be broke looking. Like there's one chick that doesn't have any teeth.
Yeah.
And she like does her makeup and stuff, and it's like she looks like a Dallas cheerleader. It's like, god damn. But she looks broke as fuck without makeup on.
That's why I don't like makeup, because it's like we're playing pretend now. It's like, especially when it's like that much makeup. I don't know what the fuck you look like. You know, like, you could be a dude for all I know. You know, I don't know.
Well, shit, some of the dudes' videos out there too that had all the makeup on.
Yeah, just the way Prodigy likes it.
And how you dare? I knew you was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. Because you knew the truth. I know the truth. I've seen your history, unfortunately. I know that truth.
The truth is out there.
You've been looking on Fridays only.
Oh, man. You don't know how to delete your shit. That's all I'm going to say. Fix your shit.
Delete that browser history.
God damn. So did anyone stay in with some animated stuff? Did anyone check out this Netflix Record of Ragnarok?
No.
Not yet. I started watching it. I haven't got all the way through it because the baby started crying when I was watching it.
Don't worry. Okay. Let me semi-tell you. I'm not through with it. I'm like only like 2.5, 3 episodes in, but it's like a fighting anime with the gods versus man. And there's not a whole lot of fucking plot, but then there's all the plot with Aphrodite. Holy shit. This chick has big ass anime fucking titties, and they're being held up by her fucking titty holder.
Oh yeah, okay. I have seen this. I've seen part of this. So I saw they're fighting in an arena, and there's some kind of explosion, and then the fucking shockwave hit so hard that her titties hit her in the face.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is that? Did her titties just rewind that? And then I watched it, and just like her servants, I guess they had let go, but then like the blast just boom. Oh, I'm like, oh, they really did hit her in the face.
Great plot.
Bring me that
Did she have 2 black eyes?
I think she did.
That's the best.
I think she did.
Knocked herself out.
They do have obviously with the title Ragnarok, you can guess. I mean, they have a Thor in here, and he's like fighting some badass Japanese dude or whatever. The Thor is like super different, obviously, from anything you've seen with MCU or other depictions of Norse mythology. But he's a badass with a giant fucking hammer, and he's doing his goddamn thing. So I think you're gonna get a whole lot of fucking gods. There's like Shiva in here. Obviously we mentioned Aphrodite. There's a few others that I just can't recall off the top of my head, but Aphrodite fucking steals the show. I want to see her fighting with her fucking servants, holding her goddamn titties up.
I watched the first part of the show, and like I know they like I think I got halfway through the episode, and I remember they were talking about how like the gods are like done with mankind, or like fuck it, we're just gonna kill them all off, and like this is like mankind only last hope to be able to save themselves is to fight fucking gods, and it's like how the fuck do you fight a goddamn god?
Yeah.
First of all, you stop believing in them.
Yeah.
They just go away, right?
Yep. They do have Valkyrie a Valkyrie in this, and she's like a demigod or half god or something like that. And so she's on the side of humans supposedly right now, but she also seems to have her kind of own plans with it. She might even be one of the main characters. I'm still working my way fucking through it, but it's interesting. I think it's worth a fucking shot.
So the Japanese guy that you were talking about, Prodigy, I guess he's featured on another anime. Like he's super prominent, I think in lore, and his character's featured in other big time. I can't remember. It's not Yoshimitsu, but someone like on like a super like high deity level, and he's a famous character on another show. I can't think of it right now, but I was talking to a friend who was watching. And they're like, yeah, this character is like a big deal. I'm like, oh, nice. I've heard this name, and now I can't remember it. But like, it's like super crazy.
It's a Chinese god, right?
I think he's a Japanese god. I believe so.
Yeah,
I don't. It could be a Chinese god, but it was a brief conversation. Like if I said the name, if you said the name, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's it. But
yeah, I think they're still fighting in the episode I'm on, but anyway, it's worth checking out so far. Maybe it gets trashed towards the middle or the end. I think it's like 12 episodes. Like I said, I'm on 2 or 3, but it's worth checking out for anime titties.
I'm looking at Screen Rant, and apparently the show is banned in India.
God damn! Oh,
probably because of Shiva.
Maybe because of their god.
Yeah, it says that it portrays one of the deities of Hida. I'm not going to try to. Yeah, Hinduism has just basically the way they portrayed him.
Damn.
Portrayed him, yeah.
Well,
I don't know. It looks like he's badass in the show.
Ooh, I wonder if they got. I know they don't have the balls. I wonder if they have Muhammad up in here.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god, damn! No, we would have seen a lot more immediate outcry if they had Muhammad in there. Oh my god!
Outcry. I don't think only fucking crazy fanatics get mad about that shit. That's
yeah.
It. Everybody else is just like, I don't care. Like,
I mean, you're right. It's just the crazy fanatics end up usually trying something, or at least threatening to try something.
Yep.
Threatening
to blow up somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they have Loki and Odin in here. Anubis.
Yeah. We'll see if, like, maybe by next week I'll be deeper into it, and we'll all be deeper into it. We can see if it truly lives up to its hype.
Yeah, I've seen some of the fight scenes people have posted. They look fucking dope as hell. Like they're like One Punch Man style. Not One Punch Man, but like one of those crazy ass like Naruto versus Sasuke fights.
Nice.
Like they're like fucking legendary. Yeah, I think I'd check it out too.
Yeah.
Blue and Cronus, did y'all get a chance to finish Castlevania or not?
No. I'll get back to it someday, but I'm too far behind, and the other shit I was watching. Yeah, but just there's a lot of shit out there. So
there is.
I need to catch up though, because I did love the show.
Yeah, me too. Well, yeah, for me, I guess I missed last season, so like I'm trying to catch up to the current season. I think I'm done with the last season. I think I'm starting off with the new one now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it is really good, but go ahead.
Have all of you guys watched High on the Hog?
No,
I have. I saw 4.
No.
Oh shit! Well, I just watched I finally watched all the first one. Man, come with some fucking tissue. I'm just saying. Watching the second half of the first episode, I wasn't prepared. I was like, damn. K-Mac was crying.
What's the show about?
It's about how African American cuisine has like influenced American cuisine, you know, just in general, and like where these foods came from, you know, from our culture, from Africa, and you know, obviously they go into, you know, slavery and like where we came from, and it's just like it's really fucked up. Like the beginning of it seems like really cool. It's like, oh, you know, it's culinary history, and then you get into like African American history, and it's just like this is fucking dark. It's real dark.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
That's all bad.
But I will say this though, it is dark, like Chrono said, but you do learn quite a bit. You know, like actual like some food history of certain like things like yams and mac and cheese and
chitlins
of rice and grains and shit, okra and all these things that, you know, you just kind of like almost take for granted in certain foods. There's been especially regional foods in like the South. But, you know, without them, there's not a whole lot of American, quote unquote, food without this origin. And, you know, I thought they did an incredible job of kind of telling that history all the way through. I'm not going to spoil it since, Kronos, it sounds like you're maybe on episode 2, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go at episode 2 in the next couple of days. But, you know, it's an hour long, and it's like one of those things where it's really heavy.
Yeah.
So if the rest of the episodes are like that, I can only watch like one at a time. I can't binge watch that shit.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I kind of broke it up, but there's only 4 of them.
Okay.
You know, and they do go to Texas, South Carolina, and some other places. New York, believe it or not. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching, and I want to see more. But I got kind of emotional towards the end of even the first episode because he's in. I can't remember. Benin, yeah. And of course, like most Americans, I had no idea Benin had, you know, their own cultural and culinary traditions that didn't look crazy off the hook unique. Like some things obviously you recognize, and you're like, whoa, okay, that's that, you know. But yeah, it's well worth watching. That one's on Netflix as well.
Yeah, it's like you watch these things, and it's just like how much of like our culture was just like stolen from us, you know, and it's like you watch it and you're just like, man, and they start talking about like the ins and outs of the slave trade, you know, going through, you know, port, and then like people dying on ship and all that stuff. And it's just like he's actually walking the same roads that were marched by slaves. You know, it was like a 4-day journey they'd have to walk, and he was walking on the same roads, and he would go through the same, you know, town that they got, you know, exported from. And it's just like, and they have like, one of the things that was like hard to see was it was like basically like a mass grave, and they had like these statues of people just bound, and it's just like it's just hard to see, you know.
This is just one quick thing. So the High on the Hog is actually a book as well. It's by Jessica B. Harris, but it's forwarded by Maya Angelou, which is kind of cool. So
and the writer's in the show.
Oh, she is?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
The host is his name is Stefan Satterfield, and he's a really good host. kind of quiet spoken and humble, but I know he has he's got a chef background. And then the full title, just for anybody who needs to look it up, it's High on the Hog: How African American Cuisine Transformed America. Yeah, dope shit. I got a quick shout out going back to some animated stuff, and I haven't seen it quite yet, but that Demon Slayer movie that's like been going like blockbusters and whatnot finally is streaming on Funimation now. It did, like, especially for a pandemic, I think it was over 400 or 500 million worldwide.
Damn.
Crazy, especially for something that's a fairly recent anime. You know what I mean? I think that dropped in 2018, 2019. You know?
Yeah, which is good. But I don't know did you see recently that apparently the new Gundam movie just crushed it?
Wait, it surpassed all of Demon Slayer
already, and it's been only like 10 days.
Oh shit!
Yeah, let me just.
No.
I'm sure I saw a story like that. Let me just make sure
Whoa.
myself. But I'm pretty
Holy
sure
fuck.
the new Gundam movie just like crushed Demon Slayer.
I mean, but you know what I will say? Props to Gundam, but Gundam has a much longer history.
A larger fan base too.
Probably like a lot of people, like older people. Oh, and it's gonna come on Netflix. All right.
Yeah, I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that Netflix was desperately trying to get it so they can premiere it here.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which one? The Gundam movie or the Demon Slayer?
Gundam.
Okay, nice.
They're trying to spend money.
Yeah, it's already made $1 billion yen
Woo!
in its first 10 days. Like,
I don't know. I don't know how to put that into context with conversion.
it's like $3 trillion. I don't know. I think it's you take off like the 2 zeros, right, Danny? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah, you take off 2 zeros basically. They don't have cents, like pennies or whatever, so easy to drop off. So it'd be like, I guess like 10 million. Get rid of 2 zeros off $1 billion.
Right? Is that right?
That doesn't sound right.
I need to get a calculator out. I don't know.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like maybe 10. I don't know.
Demon Slayer is sitting at 500 million right now. I'm not sure if it's worldwide though.
Yeah, that's still acceptable. I haven't seen it quite yet, but since it's on Funimation, I'm definitely gonna watch it like probably tomorrow or Friday.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because people say it's shit.
There's probably a conversion online. You just type in, you find it. There's usually conversion calculators out there already.
Yeah,
wait,
I'll do that.
It's a Gundam movie, a live action movie, or is it animated?
It's animated.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Because I looked up Gundam and I see that Gundam, a live action movie, is coming to Netflix.
Oh, that sounds about right.
It sounds like a horrible idea.
Possibly horrible idea. Y'all see, I think it was announced today or yesterday, there's a new Transformers movie coming. Another live action. I guess this will be sequel. Yeah, this will be a sequel to Bumblebee, kind of, sort of. And it'll focus on the Beast Wars story.
I guess I saw some stuff about this, and I didn't see Bumblebee, but I thought that it didn't do nearly as well as like the mainline Transformer movies. Box office.
Yeah, that's the problem is. I mean, it did okay box office wise, but as far as story, it far surpasses almost like 6 of those Transformers movies. I mean, it has way better story and just like way better. I mean, Bumblebee looks closer to what he's supposed to look like from the toys and cartoons originally, because he is a bug, and the movie takes place in the 80s. And so now with the Beast, so the official title is Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and this takes place apparently in 1994. According to Paramount and the Transformers Twitter, this will feature the Predacons and the Terracons, and I guess a version of Optimus Prime. It said G1 Optimus Prime.
Just for context. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there could be Optimus Primal, which is the gorilla Optimus Prime looking thing. So maybe we'll get 2 primes. Maybe.
Just for context, I'm not shitting on Bumblebee because I've never seen it. I want to be clear, but it made like 468 million. It looks like worldwide with its box office. But there were plenty of Transformer movies that did like actually a couple did over $1 billion. Some of them did over like 700 million. So it was one of the lower ones.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I think the problem though with the Transformers with Bumblebee is that even though they got a new director, it's likely a better movie. But you know, I think it was Michael Bay. He just diluted, you know, Transformers, diluted it totally. Nobody wanted to watch another Transformers anything because it was all just stupid explosion movies, and Transformers having fucking balls hanging out and speaking in like phonics and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And like focusing on some weird pervy relationship with a guy that was in his 20s dating some kid that was like below the age of 18. I'm like, why are you explaining this fucking basically a pedophile? You know.
Oh, I missed that. Damn.
Yeah, you didn't miss the guy that had like the car, the drift racer or whatever. Like they had to explain like how in the relationship that because he was overage now and he's dating somebody underage, but they went to the same school before and they have like a special card. I'm like, why are you explaining all this shit? Just make them both the same goddamn age. It's creepy and it's gross.
That's weird.
Yeah, which one was that in? Was that in the Mark Wahlberg ones?
Yeah, I think it was a Mark Wahlberg one because it was just like no matter how you slice it, if you're 21 and the person you're dating is fucking 18 years old or 17, I think she was 17, and it's just like so you were dating her when you were in high school and she was in junior high, like what? Like no matter how you slice that, it's gross.
Yeah, holy
shit.
They
just normalized it in that movie and like nobody was talking shit about it. I'm like looking around. I'm like, what are we watching here? Like seriously.
I think everyone turned their minds off because I missed that. I wasn't really paying attention. All I cared about, I guess, was just going to come together. Like the last one was trash. Like, oh my god, I was super.
What?
I had no idea what the hell was going on. Like you see Optimus Prime in the beginning and the end of the movie. The whole middle, he's like nowhere near. He's nowhere in there. I'm just like, what the hell? What's going on here? And then like one of the other favorite characters that I had was Hot Rod, and Hot Rod was like, he's in it for like 5 minutes, and he's like completely different.
Yeah. Do we know who's directing the Beast Mode or Beast Warrior one?
There's a name, but I don't know who this person is.
Oh, okay. Cause Beast War like it takes place in like primal times, like before mankind and shit like that. So I don't know. This one might just tank, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
I have no idea.
See how they do it.
I don't know how they're gonna do this. Yeah, because like so talking to Transformers fans, it took me a minute to adjust to the fact that Beast Wars was their Transformers. They grew up with that. That was their introduction to Transformers. They knew Beast Wars. That's all they knew. And then like the original G1 Generation 1 versions of them, they either didn't know about that or they had never seen it. So it was like they're in those two categories. So it was like weird. Just like people who grew up with Star Wars, their Star Wars was the prequels. They had never even seen like the originals. So that's always still kind of weird to me. So I know there's a fan base for the Beast Wars. I don't know how they're gonna work out the primal age stuff when it takes place in 1994. So we'll see how this works out. I mean, but I did enjoy Bumblebee. Bumblebee was actually a pretty decent Transformers film.
Yeah, that's really good.
If they go on that same route, I'm probably gonna stick around and check it out. If they do some other stupid shit, then I'm gonna be like, fuck.
There was somebody in Bumblebee who like I guess he was chasing after Bumblebee, but I couldn't see that guy for some reason.
Go ahead, Cronus.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping. All right, so I looked it up, and yeah, it was in Transformers: Age of Extinction. The woman Tessa, she was 17 years old, and she was dating a 20-year-old, and they had to explain in like fucking great detail on how it was legal, and he had to carry around some card that showed that he was legally fucking this underage girl. And then with the dad in the car, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And like, even now, like I'm trying to Google it, and like there's very few articles about it, like at all. And like when the movie came out, nobody talked about it, and it's just like just normalized pedophilia. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. That was Age of Extinction was a 2014 movie, and it made $1.1 billion worldwide.
God damn.
Not a small movie.
Damn, but that movie was trash. It was utter trash.
Yeah.
Extra trash. That's probably what hurt like Bumblebee a lot because people were over it because it was like this is stupid. And then Bumblebee, I mean, it did take it back, but it had a much more cohesive story. And it had, like, Optimus Prime looked like Optimus Prime. Soundwave looked like he did in the comics and the games and the original cartoon. And he actually sounded like he did. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, as much shit as I want to talk about the Transformers movies and the franchise as a whole, I will say the sounds of them like transforming sounded in general pretty fucking on point.
Yeah,
Like, I like those. Like, you know what I mean? Like that digital fucking bullshit. That shit was pretty dope. I like that part.
I mean, I enjoyed the first one, but after that, things get rocky.
The one thing I always had an issue with Transformers with the movies is that, okay, when they're in robot mode, they have like scar and damage and stuff to their body frame and stuff like that. But when they turn into vehicle, prestige bodies, like there's not a fucking scratch on it. It's like, what the hell's going on, bro? You just took a fucking missile to your side and you can transform back into a car with no damage. What the hell?
Oh no, the best is when like they get pieces knocked off of them and they're still able to transform.
Yeah.
It's also, these are one of the worst. I mean, the first one was okay, but then there were things I didn't like in the first one, where like there was serious continuity issues with the movie, and they were doing stupid shit that Transformers wouldn't do. Like there was a scene where like I think is maybe Bumblebee or one of the Transformers like started pissing, and I'm just like, why is a robot pissing? Like, this is so stupid. And then and I'm like, you know, if they fix these things, they stop like doing like the silly nonsense like that. It like fix continuity issues, then the next one will probably be better. And then no, what they do, they went even worse with continuity issues, and then worse with like having Transformers like with saliva like coming out of their mouths, and like having balls, and then having like stupid love stories about the humans. And I'm just like, what? This is fucking dumb.
Oh, the best is smoking a cigar, I guess. Like, who makes a cigar that big?
These movies are all we got Donald Trump elected as president.
Oh!
So they made billions of dollars because fucking morons watched them. They kept giving them money. They're just like, oh yeah, this is fucking great.
Yeah, these were huge. So, like I said,
and where they made money, but they're still trash though.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was enjoyable to me. After that, it all went downhill. Like, Devastator was a disappointment with his fucking nuts hanging and shit. He looked like a giant animal. And I mean, the toys for him are very detailed, or the models, but it's like, that's not Devastator. Like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Bullshit.
He wasn't pink, purple, and green at all.
And the ghetto, and the ghetto Transformers. I couldn't stand those either.
Oh, the ice cream trucking guys.
What the fuck?
Oh, when he was dancing and shit.
Yeah. Well, not just that though. Yeah.
They fucking spoke a whole lot of fucking slang. They sounded like some Atlanta rappers. I was like, what the fuck?
Please.
It probably was. I'm pretty sure that was T-Pain.
Dude, I think one of them even had like a gold tooth and shit too.
Yeah, they did.
It
was so offensive to me as like a black dude. I'm just like, why are you guys the caricatures of black people in robot form now? I'm like, are you fucking for real?
They did catch some heat for that. I do remember that becoming a thing with some articles and shit, but it was too late. It was already like $1 billion movie. So.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's funny to me is that they had like A-list actors. I mean, you had like John Malkovich in this. You had John Turturro. They had Leonard Nimoy and shit in here. I was just like, what the fuck? I mean, I love Leonard Nimoy. He's an icon. And him as Sentinel Prime, like, his performance was awesome. The movie as a whole was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sticking with some car stuff, I mean, are you guys down? I think F9.
The answer is yes.
It's always yes.
We talked about this already. Me and Crumbs, we're invested. I'm going to theater for this shit.
They're using magnets to fucking throw cars around. I'm like, dude, come on, they're going to fucking space.
Come on, man.
I told you they keep giving me what I want. Make it more and more ridiculous. Like, I don't care if I want to see The Rock turn into a fucking car. And then I want him to open up the way into the Fast and Furious multiverse. Just keep it going. Keep it more ridiculous. Because they don't take the movie seriously. I love it.
Hey, y'all ever see that fucking old 80s cartoon where that teenage kid turned into a fucking car?
Teen Hot Rod?
Yeah, that's The Rock, dude. That's when he comes out. He turns into a fucking...
Get a little baby oil splash on him. He turns into a car.
Oh, yeah, he turns into a truck fucking with the fucking lift kit. That'd be dope. I'd be in it. I mean, fuck, they're fighting on they're literally fighting on top of cars that are in the moment of wrecking. Like one turns on their side, then one's spinning. They're jumping from wreck to wreck. I'm like, this looks retarded, but I love it already.
Somebody was on top of a car and caught another fucking car. I'm like, bro,
I love it.
Like, this is amazing. Like, how could you not? That's entertainment right there. I love that shit. He caught a car on top of a car.
Yeah.
You know, we need a Fast and Furious Transformers fucking movie like that.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking. I would see it twice in the same weekend.
I'll see it twice in the same fucking day. Holy shit, I'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean,
see Toretto drifting Optimus Prime.
Oh shit, that'd be dope. If y'all have seen the most current like trailers running, someone, I think it's either her name's Natalie, the chick from Game of Thrones, or Michelle Rodriguez. They literally use someone as like a kite. They like push them through a window and like ride them all the way down out of a high rise. Like you don't see them like land or them. Like, well, either you're both dying or someone's getting caught by a helicopter on the way down or something ridiculous. So I want to see how this scene ends. We're gonna see fights on top of cars. We're gonna see them go to space. There's gonna be explosions.
This is what I want.
I'm sold.
Make a Fast and Furious and Transformers movie, like a whatever. I want them to find the Matrix of Power on the Transformer side. Then they find Brian O'Connell when he's dead, and they resurrect him, and he transforms into wait for it, a fucking Porsche. A Porsche. What was it, the 918 or whatever? The one that he died in real life. That's what he's gonna transform into after they find the Matrix of Power. That's what I want to see. Fucking somebody make.
Love it.
Yeah, either that or he transforms into, or he like transformed into a Mega Supreme. I'd be okay with that too.
God,
that'd be great. I'd be sold. I'm searching for tickets right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see this movie, but I heard that Toretto's brother's in it, but I don't know. I don't see him in the trailers at all.
Wait, who's
Toretto. He said Toretto's brother.
I don't see that guy. What the hell? I keep saying it.
John Cena.
I made the same joke twice.
I noticed. Nobody got it the first time except for me. Nobody said.
Holy fucking shit, man. Are y'all want to talk about latest greatest Loki?
I haven't watched the newest episode today. We can talk about last week's. We haven't talked about last week's.
I saw last week's.
Yeah, I saw last week's too. It was.
I'm trying to remember what fucking happened.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it as well. I remember that basically they're figuring out. They think that it's another Loki that's doing all these, killings throughout time things, and he's causing a bunch of like time variations. Yeah. So. I thought it was a really cool concept. I think that the three people they keep showing, I think it's a living tribunal that they're all working for. I'm pretty sure that's living tribunal, which is cool because it'll make it like cosmic. I don't think that it's Loki that's doing the killings. I thought it to me it'd make more sense if it was Kang. You know, the time guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kang the Conqueror, who will show up in the MCU. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. To me, it'd make more sense if it was Kang. But if it's Loki, I guess whatever. It seemed pretty cool. Like, they're doing like a slower build up. It's similar to WandaVision, where you're not getting like action packed episodes every episode. But I think it's doing a decent job at building the lore of Loki and this new time variations. The end of the episode was definitely fantastic, where it's just like basically exploded the fucking timeline. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I thought it was cool when Loki was in the library and he's like trying to do fucking like research and stuff, and he goes up to the lady asking for like access to certain things. She's like, "No, you can't have nothing. You can't have this. Can't have this." He's like, "What the fuck can I have?" And just give him a fucking book about himself, basically. It's like it's all you can read, motherfucker. But it was kind of cool how like he kind of like put everything together. But then like he's such a Loki that he thinks that he's the supreme Loki and that this other Loki can't be better than him. Like he feels that he's smarter than this other Loki, but this other Loki's like 15 steps ahead of him already.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see. It's like Loki's trying to chase himself, and then he's like, when he kind of meets this person, because he does, they're like moving from body to body, and it's an ability that he can't do. So he's like kind of thrown off. So he's like, well, what the hell? He's all, I've been trying to help you. And like, I don't need your help. He's all, wait, if you're me, of course you need my help because I'm the better Loki. And they're like, nope. And he's like, well, he literally dishes out his plan. I plan on overthrowing the time masters and taking over time. I plan on being master of everything. because he realized that the TVA and the Timekeepers are more powerful than the Infinity Stones, apparently.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'm gonna wield this power.
I like how Loki came up with the idea that, you know, the other Loki is hiding in fucking extinct events, basically. And like, you know, they go back to Pompeii. Is that how you say?
Yeah, he goes to Pompeii.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, we're just gonna do a little thing and try to see if this works out. And Loki just fucking goes wild and now like start fucking throwing shit, letting some goats out and this and that and this and that. But then I was thinking like that would still cause a variant, because if the people aren't in the same spot where they're found, like when people like go back and excavate that area and find their bodies and stuff like that, if like say like the couple who's cuddled up together isn't in that location, that can throw everything off too.
Not necessarily. I mean, they still die. They're just died at a different spot.
Yeah, I mean, I would just think of that out loud, like, you know, that should still cause a variant, because like somebody's gonna find that body over here now instead of over there.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, it's probably too minor for it to cause a giant
ripple effect. And that I think that was the point. That was the point that he brought up. Like, no matter what you do in that certain time, this whole area is getting wiped out. Like, and everyone in it is going to die. So no matter what we do, everything dies. Everyone dies. This whole area is like eradicated. So
there's no evidence that's left.
Yeah, there's nothing that's left to show that he was there, that the variant was there.
Yeah. But I still thought it was pretty fun, cool idea.
What if Pliny the Younger saw him though?
You know,
that's what the beer's from, right? It's from Pompeii. Because it was either the younger or the elder saw it from like far away, and they saw like everybody die in Pompeii when Mount Vesuvius exploded or whatever.
So that would cause a time rift. But if you're in this,
I was gonna say it's too far unless he has like a telescope.
Yeah.
But did you guys stay for the end of the first episode, like the very end, like past even like the black and white credits?
No.
So normally like there's like a little like with WandaVision there was like a little thing at the end. And this one had one at the end of the first episode. They didn't have one on the second one. Like I sticked around for the second one, but like yeah, they just had like this little cute little voice of the time what's the name of it? The time the clock chick person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just says something at the end that was kind of fucking cool. But I don't think a lot of people stayed around for that, because it's like at the like when Disney Plus, when you're watching it and once it's done with the credits, it usually like shrinks down to the bottom and like you can choose something else. You have to like go back into there and watch it till the end, and there's a little snippet at the end. It's kind of cool. I don't think anybody caught that.
Not at the first one, no.
They didn't have it in the second one, so you have to like go back and watch the first episode and watch all the way till the end of the fucking credits, like the very end. Like even when they have like the Indian voices actors are, like all the way at the end of that.
Yeah. So past all the international voices. So Prodigy, did you watch any of these episodes or not?
I actually haven't, man. I've been pretty busy. I heard what is it? Owen Wilson's in it, and he got some time altering shenanigans and whatnot. But I haven't like even watched a single episode.
Homegirl from Lovecraft is on there.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh yeah, she's in it.
The one that did the body swap. That she was like a white girl for a while and she came back out black again. Yeah, she's up in there.
She would look
nice.
Kicking ass.
And then the other girl, she's like the head. She has her real name is super like unique. Her name is Gugu. Her name's like Gugu Matai, I believe. She's British. She's extremely fine, but she's on a few shows that I've watched. So I like that she's now in the MCU, and she's like the head of the TVA. So that's pretty awesome.
Good shit. Good shit.
Comics for a second.
Yeah.
Have y'all been reading the X-Men stuff with Planet-Size X-Men and all that stuff?
I have not.
I picked it up, but haven't read it yet. Oh, keep going.
It came out this week, right?
No, it came out last week. That's why I was waiting to talk about it. But if you haven't read it, Prodigy, I don't want to like spoil it.
No. Go right ahead, man.
Sure? Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. All right. Well, so in the whole X-Men, universe, that's been taken over by Hickman ever since the Hickman run of like the, bringing the X-Men back and like doing all these things. There's been a whole bunch of like spin-off comics where they're all like really interwoven together. Like it's X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, Marauders. There's a bunch. All right, there's a bunch, but they're all like interwoven because basically, quick backstory: all the mutants go to they find a mutant island called Krakoa, and they all decide to go. Every mutant is invited to go there, good or bad. So you can be. I mean, they have Apocalypse there, and he's on like the Quiet Council. And Mr. Sinister and all those other like bad people, but they set up rules where hey, you can't kill any humans, but I guess you can kill mutants or whatever. But they have like this thing where if you die and you're a mutant, you can get brought back to life. They have like these 5 mutants that get together and can remake your body, and then Xavier, using Cerebro, backs up every mutant's mind. Like I think it's like every day or something like that. And so if you die and they verify that you're dead, they'll bring you back to life. And so it's like a huge deal. And they also made like all these medicines that can basically drastically increase human lifespans and basically cure almost any disease. And so that becomes like a huge deal because they become like this huge powerhouse in the world in geopolitics because they have like all these resources that these other places don't have. And so they go into like these treaties with countries to like, hey, like if you want to use our medicines, we'll give it to you for free. But basically it's the Non-Aggression Act, and we're gonna do some like other kind of trading. And so they have, like,
you have to recognize Krakoa as a like solitary nation too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Krakoa is over time, they've already grown like vastly in power. They have like a whole like space division and all this other shit. They even made their island bigger by like a whole different event, and using like basically mutants from like a whole different like universe. And excuse me, they have this culmination of this thing called the Hellfire Gala, where like they have like this huge party for like all the nations are invited to like sit down and talk about how well Krakoa is doing, how well these other countries are doing, if there's anything they can do to like help mend ties to other countries that didn't accept the contracts and that don't accept Krakoa as a sovereign nation. And there's like a really cool like scene with Namor. He's invited, and Magneto's having a conversation with Magneto and Professor X are having a conversation of, hey, we'd love to have you on board, work with us, and recognize us as a sovereign nation, and we could do like some trading. And Namor is just like, I own 70% of this planet. You own an island. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck out of here. He's like, come back to me when you have something bigger. Interplanetary X-Men.
Very Namor-like.
Yeah, he was just straight up. I mean, he was a polite asshole. He was an asshole. And so Magneto was like, okay, all right. So during the Hellfire Gala, like they already had plans in motion. They basically fucking terraformed Mars, and they made Mars a mutant planet. And so they took like half of the island and they transported it over to Mars after terraforming it. So now all of Mars is a mutant planet. They have this whole island full of, I think they're called people from Araco, who's like a different form of mutants. And so now I think they're going to go back to Namor and be like, hey, you own 70% of the planet, we have a whole other planet. It has oceans too, bitch. You don't own none of it. So I think this is really cool, like how they checkmated Namor. And they also, the way that they terraformed the planet was like really neat to watch in like the very first comic. So definitely, if you guys are not on top of the X-Men comics, pick them up. Go through like all the silly. There's a whole bunch of them. Except you could probably skip like New Mutants. That was not very good. But like X-Force, Marauders, X Factor, like all those are like pretty prevalent.
I didn't really like Excalibur all that much with the whole British stuff. Yeah,
it comes a little bit in play with like the whole tournament thing, and there is like a whole different sort of like mutants and stuff like that. But yeah, that was not the most exciting. But I mean, definitely X Factor, X Force, Marauders. Those are the ones that, and obviously X-Men. Those are the ones that are must reads, because like when it comes to like just identifying like who's actually dead, I mean that's where like I think that's X Force. That's what they do is like they go out and they find like who actually was fucking dead, report back so they can bring back to life.
And I was gonna say, the Wolverine one is, at least for me, a must read as well, because like he's just doing badass Wolverine shit like you fucking loved in the 80s, 90s, or wherever, where he's basically going rogue solo on supposedly a mission to do something, and usually fuck somebody up, and shit goes to hell, and he has a shitty memory, and he's being Logan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like that one too.
Yeah, I think I'm reading that one too.
Yeah, it's funny because watching last week's Loki, I thought they fucking did an X-Men slip, and I thought they mentioned the island of Krakoa instead of it's a real island of Krakoa.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I was like, oh shit, did they just fucking drop the X-Men? Like, are they gonna do Hickman's run in the MCU? But we don't know. But I thought they did a huge hint, like in that. So I had to check. I had to put the subtitles on.
Maybe.
I was like, oh, he doesn't say Krakoa.
With the whole multiverse of madness, like they definitely can introduce the X-Men into the Marvel fucking universe.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff they can do, and in fact, they can technically skip all the way to Hickman's run. To be honest, I mean, they could have them already be on there.
The only thing I'm going to say, don't get me wrong, I love Hickman's run. But one of the things that builds up to it is the most mutants are dead. And if you're not showing how those mutants were hunted for decades, killed off, the whole stuff with Genosha and that island, and even Scarlet Witch and the No More Mutant stuff, like, the build up to it is kind of crucial for understanding why they would even want their own sovereign nation. It won't make sense unless you show them basically being nearly exterminated.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, if you show up and they're already on an island, and then they give you that history because it's an alternate timeline, you can just be like, "Hey, we were hunted in the past. We were this. We're experiencing a new golden age on this version of the Earth, where on yours we don't exist."
Okay.
You must understand why we're kind of like cautious of your, the 616 coming to. I guess they'd probably be on like the 213 or something, or the 408 or something. Who knows? But
well, they could also do like what they did with the X-Men back in like the early 2000s, or maybe it was the late 90s shit. When they introduced Magneto, like you knew right away, like they did Magneto in like 5 minutes, and you understood exactly why he was so pro-mutant and anti-human because of what happened to him, as a young boy when he was in a concentration camp. If they can do that in 5 fucking minutes to explain a character, then they can definitely do something similar for the rest of the mutants if they do it right,
Do like a flashback or something.
Yeah, that's all.
Just like a quick montage of
done
everyone's
right.
getting murdered and rounded up and murdered. So.
I mean, especially with Professor X, he'd be like, "Oh, you want to know a history? Come here, real quick. Let me just mind rape you with all this information." And all of a sudden, oh shit, y'all got fucked up. Like, yeah.
I mean, look at all the Batman movies. How many times they killed off Bruce Wayne's parents, and his fucking backstory in a couple of minutes.
This is true. I was actually going to ask. So, I've seen a whole lot of back and forth with I guess it's not Supergirl, but it looks like a dark-haired son of
I saw that.
daughter of Supergirl, or daughter of Superman,
with very sharp abs. Why are her abs so sharp? It's very weird.
Why is she so swole?
I like her design. This is for the Flash movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody was saying that that version of it's Supergirl's daughter, but somebody had commented that saying that it's the version from the Injustice. Yeah, from the Injustice franchise or comics, because in that instance, him and Wonder Woman have their daughter together. Or no,
Lois Lane.
Yeah, so it's basically what happened if Lois Lane didn't die. Like they would have had a little daughter and she had powers and stuff like that. But the weird thing about that comic that I can remember is that. Actually, no. I think it was another comic where the daughter would always. It was if Superman and Wonder Woman had a daughter, because the daughter always, whenever she flies, she always had her legs bent, which was fucking weird. Do you guys, which comic I'm talking about? I think it was
That's probably DK3, Dark Knight 3, because in that one, Wonder Woman and Superman, they have a son and a daughter. Well, the daughter's like a very angsty teenager. And she's basically like, nobody can fuck with me because I'm an Amazonian and a Kryptonian. So I'm not going to do what you say. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And her mom, Wonder Woman, is trying to teach her how to fight. She's like, fuck that. I don't need to learn how to fight. I'm indestructible and everything else. So peace out. And then she has a brother who's like an infant, sort of. And then in the Injustice one, her name is Laura Lane Kent. And her costume from the set pics that have been released are almost identical to what she looked like in Injustice. So this version of Supergirl, because in Injustice she doesn't have a title per se. It's just like a what if scenario, and because of Flashpoint, you can get that. So if this is Laura Lane Kent, then this is pretty much spot on.
I really wish they would give her the. So if you're a fan of Smallville, there was season 11 was released in a comic, and in Smallville they introduced Supergirl, but Supergirl had this probably one of the coolest fucking Supergirl costume by far. It was basically like Neo's jacket, like in I think it's like the second Matrix, where it's like a button up and like it flares out at the bottom. But imagine that as like a fucking cape. Let me see if I can find it. Like I know I mentioned it before, but like. This costume kind of has that feel. It just doesn't have that like the cape effect that flares at the bottom. But I'll see if I can find an image real quick.
Yeah, Laura Lane Kent. She's not in a whole lot of panels in the Injustice comic, but the Flashpoint film, the actress that plays her, she has the same costume setup and the same haircut. So, I mean, it looks like it's her.
I'm seeing some. Go ahead.
Sorry, Michael Keaton is in the movie too, and
he's Batman.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love Michael Keaton.
Oh shit, he's got the Maybach Accelero. That's a fucking dope ass car.
I'm seeing online, at least according to Screen Rant, they're saying that it is a Supergirl, and that the costume that she's wearing. Obviously hints heavily at like Cavill's Superman costume. It's like really close to that, only made for her. I mean, but I don't think it's been truly confirmed exactly who she is. There's just been a whole bunch of speculation.
This is true as well.
This is the Supergirl costume I was talking about. How it's like a full suit, but then like it's kind of like an open face skirt, but that's like her cape. So you can see like it kind of flares out at the back, and I always thought this looked fucking dope. For it still has like her figure, and she still has the cape thing going on. But I don't know. I always thought it would look badass.
Yeah. This one. Obviously no cape. She's got the kind of full body suit, kind of just like Superman or whatever. No skirt. Which whatever. I don't know the plot of this fucking movie quite yet, but some people like it, some people hate it. I think it's too early to tell because we haven't seen it like in a trailer or anything yet either.
No, these are all set pics. So, but they're very, very clear set pics.
Yeah. So, I didn't know they're gonna bring her daughter into that because right now in CW's Lois and Superman and Lois, like Clark and Lois have 2 kids, and we already know that like the Flash did visit the CW universe or the Arrowverse, so we know some shit's going on there.
The only thing that's really interesting with this Flash movie for me is, you got Michael Keaton confirmed. I'm all on board. That's cool. You got an Iris probably from the Snyder Justice League. Obviously, you got Flash. We don't, or I haven't heard much about if there's a reverse Flash in this, or if they've even casted that character, and that's pretty fucking important.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, they could be keeping it on the wraps. It could be a high-profile actor. Could be maybe some kind of plot surprise. I have no idea.
Obviously, we don't have a trailer yet, but to me...
We also don't have a synopsis yet either.
You're absolutely right. I'm just saying from the standpoint of just knowing that there will be a reverse Flash, I would like to know that even ahead of Michael Keaton stuff. Like, that's pretty fucking important.
Well, with the whole Justice League, they did a horrible job of building up these characters. Even with the Snyder cut, I mean, we got more into Cyborg, but we didn't really go too much into Flash, so we don't really know how Flash got his ability. All we know is that he's a meta and he has powers. Like, we don't know was he struck by lightning, like how it is in like the comics and stuff, and like I know we know his. I would say I know we know his dad is in jail, but they don't really go too much about how why his dad's in jail.
You're right. They don't go too much. He briefly explains it to Bruce after he throws the batarang and whatnot. but it's not satisfying. You're absolutely right, Blue. It's like he says something about he's explaining the Speed Force a little bit while he's eating a fucking slice of pizza, and he mentions something about being struck by lightning, but how he got equipment that was used on the space shuttle, and he's a broke ass fucking 20 something. We don't fucking know. There's too many variables that we don't know. But to me, yes, you have your Flash. You got to tell me who your fucking Reverse Flash is, or maybe they're not going to have him in here. Maybe they're going to have Gorilla Grodd. I don't fucking know. But if you're doing something that's similar to Flashpoint, Reverse Flash is fucking important. You got to talk to me about it.
Have Calendar Man. That's what they need.
Oh.
Save the franchise. Calendar Man.
Condiment Man.
I mean, hey, you know what? If they have Tempest Fugit, I would maybe be okay. Might be all right. So this film list, there's multiple Batman. So Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are Batman, because it's obviously going to be in two different versions of the world. So
I hope that Michael Keaton kills the other guy.
Bruce Wayne. That's all. Kills Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
that's all bad.
Well, it actually looks like we're gonna have. So it looks like the Supergirl is gonna be Zor-El. So that's gonna be his cousin, because the actress that they have on here, they have her listed as being Zara.
Oh, which is a different version of Supergirl, which is not Kara Zor-El.
We shall see, man. There's more questions than fucking answers with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, because they're still filming and they don't want everything online, which is fine. It's fine by me. I'm willing to wait and see what happens. So.
For sure. But I did see something. There was a little bit of back and forth. We're almost, a month or two away from the Suicide Squad, the one from James Gunn dropping. Mm-hmm. And I believe in the trailer, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, Idris's character, they allude to him having shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. Am I wrong on this, or did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about this. There's an official statement from James Gunn about this. So, at least he released on his Twitter that he put Superman in the ICU with the kryptonite bullet.
Okay. I mean, I would. I don't know if Cavill is in there or if this is going to be a flashback or something, but to me, I would rather see even a quick scene of that rather than just hearing about it. Like, I don't want to do that shit like we just got on with Flash talking about the Speed Force choosing him in a quick thing while he's eating pizza. I need to see you shooting Superman. That'd be fucking cool.
In the other Suicide Squad movie, we got to. When they were going to back stories of the characters, they kind of went back. Like for Will Smith's character, we got to see him do some. Was he Deadshot in?
Yeah, he's Deadshot. Yeah.
We got to see him do some cool Deadshot shit. So hopefully we get to see Idris Elba character fucking killing somebody.
Wait, did you say
Idris Elba? Or at least injuring Superman?
Did you say Idris Elba is dead? Who did you say it was?
Idris Elba does some stuff, like kill somebody, like kills or injures Superman.
What did you say his name was though in the movie?
I didn't say his name, but I said Will Smith's character was Deadshot.
No, it's
I don't know.
It's Bloodsport.
Will Smith's character was Bloodsport?
Oh no, I said Idris Elba. Idris Elba's character is Bloodsport.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what character he was playing.
But it's funny because they have Will Smith still named in the cast.
Oh, really?
That's
maybe he should.
What I'm seeing on the internet.
Maybe that's a cameo from him.
But then it doesn't say like his name, so it's kind of fucking weird. I don't know.
We'll fucking see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's one character in there. They keep showing him, but I just don't see him.
God damn it. You do it.
He did.
I had to fucking do it. I'm like, wait, isn't fucking John Cena in this movie too? You just throw this little reference back up in there.
Oh shit! Sylvester Stallone is gonna be King Shark. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if he's not King Shark from the fucking movie, the Constantine movie, no, from the Constantine movie where he's like, King Shark is a shark, stuff like that. It's like he's fucking saying over and over again, and then Constantine's like embarrassed because he slept with him.
Oh man!
Yeah, they did that in Dark Justice League too. They made some allusions to that. I was like, holy fucking shit!
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Dark Justice League. That's what it was.
God damn, that was fucking weird.
Well, wait till you guys see the most current Loki then.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is he fucking a shark?
Oh no, he's not fucking a shark. but there's some references in there. It's not as heavy, but a lot of people are making it a big deal. You just have to watch it.
Okay.
He's getting fucked by a shark.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, that Norse mythology, you know, there's a whole lot of... I mean, it sounds like some modern bullshit, but it was ancient and factual for their mythology. There's some gender fluidity in their gods.
Like he said, factual for mythology.
Yeah, I know. It's in their mythological books. That's
well, it's kind of cool actually. In Loki, when they have like his little profile, like his details, like when he was born, and all this stuff, and there for his sexuality, it's listed as fluid.
Yeah.
Which I thought like it was funny because the Swedish had brought it up to me before I started watching the episode. I'm like, oh, I guess that confirms that he is fluid. But one quick thing about Loki is that I love how he calls like the people who run the TVA. He calls them the space aliens or the lizard people or something like that. Like that whole conspiracy that a lot of people have about how like celebrities and this and that are all lizard people controlling everything and like we're nothing but fucking puppets. Which is basically what Loki is saying.
Maybe that's a real conspiracy. Maybe Epstein and fucking John McAfee. Maybe they're lizard people. And there's some suicide. There's a task force X against lizard people.
That's all bad. That's all. That's terrible. It's like a Task Force X killing aliens that infiltrated our infrastructure.
God damn.
Because they made billions.
Maybe one of them is John Cena. They literally. What if you literally can have like a cloaking field, and he's the one who's going in the fucking,
going in and out.
Yeah, going in and out of these jail cells, making it look like suicides.
That's just terrible.
And that's why they call him the Suicide Squad. It's just him. It's just John Cena. He's a Suicide Squad.
Damn.
I like it. That might make it even more interesting.
Damn.
Y'all hear about? And I know it seems like I always pick on this fucking game, but the Avengers game was releasing goddamn people's IPs. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah. I heard there's an update on the PC that does this shit or some shit.
God damn. I mean, you guys,
people are complaining.
You guys are the internet tech folks. You tell me if this is anything close to a good thing for a game to do. Go ahead.
Well, this is the weird thing to me. It's like, I think people are a little too... They're not informed enough about like somebody having your IP, like what that means. Like, okay, they have your IP. It's like somebody driving past your house and seeing your address. They know your address, but they don't know who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? Like they don't just because somebody knows of a place that's your address doesn't mean a lot. And I think that people put way too much stock in that shit. It's like I can literally just ping a whole bunch of shit and use fucking name servers and like understand like where shit is like. Who likely owns, like what IP addresses. It's not a big deal. Like people, they have a misconception of like what hacking really is. Like I keep seeing, perfect example. I see these internet experts, they'll post these things on Facebook, or like when somebody's asking you like, oh, where did you grow up, or what was your mom's name, or blah blah blah. Like, oh, these are all hacking questions. I'm like, no, they're not. First of all, it's social engineering. Okay, so technically it's sort of hacking, but not fucking really. It's just social engineering.
Phishing.
Yeah. Second of all, just posting the picture out there and like, responding back. If a friend of yours that is posting that picture, unless you think they're a hacker, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, it doesn't matter at all because like you can't track a picture on Facebook and see all the responses when somebody keeps sharing it, or if they download it and then share it. Like it's so stupid. And then third of all, the most important one is that the vast majority of hacking gets done without using any of that shit. They just go to the source of like hacking your fucking credit card company, or and hacking your password and shit like that. And they don't care. It's just do like brute force. People's personal information are bought and sold every single day on IRC and on the dark web. So no matter what you do, no matter how good your fucking whatever is, all these precautions that you're gonna take, it doesn't matter if the places that are storing your passwords get hacked. And that's the vast majority of identity theft is done through that when they go to this, because it makes no sense to sit out there and make some long-winded fucking thing of like, oh, I'm going to collect these IP addresses and learn all these, personal information from people, when they could just hack the fucking company that stores all your passwords and that has all your financial information. Like, why would you waste time on doing all this other fucking stupid bullshit? Like,
So, Just to clarify, because I'm on like an article expressing what happened from the game itself, that or the studio with Crystal Dynamics. They said we're currently working on a solution. This has already been, I guess, updated to the issue of personal information, including the player's IP address and username being displayed on screen on PS5. So it was something that it looks like it was associated with them streaming, but this was something that it was an update that they had that just did this, and it was they were embarrassed about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that when it comes to something like that, like when it's showing your username and your IP address, when it comes to like gaming, yeah, you can like do a denial of service or just keep pinging somebody like that you don't like, over and over again, and it's gonna fuck up their game, like their online session. But I mean, you can do other things too, but it's just like, yeah, definitely patch it, but it's not the end of the fucking world. Because somebody can still somebody can randomly fucking ping you, or just do like a name server lookup, or just hack fucking Comcast, or hack fucking AT&T, and then get more information. That's way more of a big deal than just seeing your IP address and username. To me, anyway.
It just seems like another embarrassing thing to happen for this game, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not a good thing.
No, it's definitely not a good thing. It's not the end of the world. I mean, who the fuck is playing the game anyway? What, they get 3 IP addresses?
Oh, god dang.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
At first, when you had brought it up, I thought the game company was sending out fucking copies of the game to different people's fucking IP, like they were spamming people's IP addresses for them to play the goddamn game. And I just thought about how with the, I think it was like the iPad or iPod, or one of them came with like I think it was like Metallica's music on there, and people were like, I don't want this fucking song. Like, that's what YouTube. That's
I wish
what
it was Metallica. It was YouTube.
I was trying to think of some band, and people were like, I don't want this fucking song. Like, and you couldn't even delete off your fucking iPad. I was like, this is a fucking waste of space.
Yeah, man. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a little rant there against. No,
it's good information for people to have. That's why we try to break these things down.
Well, people don't they don't get how like hacking works. So I used to like hack back in like the mid to late 90s. Then I became like a network security guy for the Marine Corps. So like I think most people like they have really weird misconceptions about like what hackers are actually putting their time and energy into, and it's not hacking individuals unless you really just don't fucking like somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, definitely you could do that waste, to like ruin somebody's life. But the vast majority of people are doing like nefarious hacking. Like they're going towards these institutions that actually have your information, where you can just get it all in one go instead of just getting, this one guy or this other person. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah. I'm with
it. It's like what Connor said, like on the dark web, if you can like shit that's out there, like the for instance the Ashley Madison hack, that had people's personal information as well as credit card information. That was on the dark web. They're trying to index that stuff. I mean, you could have got that shit for free for a minute and just wreck all kinds of people's lives. Basically, you could have stole a shit ton of money from a lot of people. And shit like that is where you want like bulk information where you can go through and try to just rip through like a ton of credit card information. Or like, who else got hacked? Like when Yahoo got hacked. What was the other one? Oh, when Capcom got hacked. That kind of shit is where you want those big dumps. You want the big data dumps where there's like, and you're usually looking for credit card information so you can get money for the most part. Like searching for that individual, like that one dude that beat you at Street Fighter V. That's not the way it's most likely going to go down unless you're super petty.
Yeah, and even now,
that even takes even longer.
And even now, like when you're right now, if you steal somebody's credit card information, it's almost a victimless crime at this point. Because what happens, like it's an inconvenience to the person, right? Somebody, it happened to K-Mac the other day, like literally like last week. Somebody charged $500 to her Walmart account, or to not her Walmart account, to her credit card from Walmart. What happens? Fraud protection pops up. They call you or email you or whatever. You say no, this wasn't me, and they reverse your charges. And then do they get the money back? No, but it's federally insured, so it's just part of having a credit card or a debit card or whatever. But nobody's going out there. No, there's no fucking task force going out there trying to get the shit back. The only one that's weird to me, that's actually people don't even really think about that much, but the recent hack with the oil pipeline. Remember
That was huge.
Those ransomware, and they got like millions or billions. I think it was millions of dollars. But somehow they got the money back. Like the federal government got the money back, and I'm like, how they got it back? They probably broke a shitload of laws to get that money back.
What if they hack? And don't quote me on this. So correct me if I'm saying some bullshit. But I thought they hacked it with like a ransom note, right?
Well, it's ransomware. So basically, they put a malicious program on somebody's computer system, and they lock it down so you can't use it. And they'll say like, if you want to get this access to your system back, you need to pay me X amount of dollars or give me whatever.
Yeah,
that's ransomware.
Okay.
And so they paid the ransom. The corporation paid the ransom, and then somehow the federal government tracked the money, and they got the vast majority of it back. But it's like if they can do that, that's kind of shady.
So
like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's shady like getting hacked like ransomware. That's shady, but how they happened to track the ETFs and like reversed it and got the money back, I'm just like, how'd they do that?
From my understanding, they set a trap for the hackers. Like they told them to access something. Not that kind of trap. I heard they did they set up a trap to where they were supposed to try to access something, but then they did a backtrace, located where they were, and then were able to recover the money from the hackers. That's my understanding. I didn't fully go into a deep dive about it. That's what I just read, like a quick synopsis of what happened.
It seems very strange that they got the money back. First of all, that fast, and with relative ease, when ETFs are supposed to be, I don't know if it's ETF. I don't know how they did it, but usually those things, like those sort of transfers, they shouldn't be that easy to get the money back. So maybe there's some new technology out there that I don't know about, obviously, but you're not supposed to be able to do stuff like that easily.
Or maybe it was just QAnon.
Oh, God.
Maybe it was John Cena. They electronically transferred John Cena. Yeah. He just disappeared.
Wait, no. Even better yet, they had Danny Trejo fucking come out and get him because
it showed up as Machete. Yeah, I believe that.
Or maybe
Have you seen this documentary on Amazon?
Not yet. No. I've been meaning to. I heard it's so good.
Yeah, it's called what is it called? It's called Inmate Number One because he's always like, I guess back when he first started his career, he always was that Latin dude, and he's always that Inmate Number One. But he's a fucking true fucking cholo, but he's like the sweetest guy in heart, whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
well, he's been to jail multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So they talk about his jail time in it, from what I understand.
But it's interesting because like when Lady Gaga dogs were stolen and her dog walker was like shot and stuff like that, like Danny Trejo put like a thing out there saying basically we're gonna find you, whatever. And like the next day they found like the dogs and some woman turned them in and shit like that. I was like, damn, Danny Trejo really fucking gets out there and gets his fucking work done.
Yeah.
Put that work in. Did y'all see this? This happened today, I guess. EA is set to buy Warner Brothers Games for $1.4 billion.
What?
Yeah. So EA is putting up $1.4 billion to buy Warner Brothers Games from AT&T.
So Warner Brothers Games would have. I'm trying to look it up as I talk. What would they have underneath?
The Batman game.
Batman.
But would they also have the Injustice 2 or as well?
Yeah.
Possibly, because that could be under Midway, but maybe, yeah.
I'm trying to look. Oh, okay. Okay, here, I got it. So Warner Brothers Games division has Arkham series, like you mentioned, Fear, Injustice, Lego series, Middle Earth series, Mortal Kombat series, Scribblenauts series. Interesting. Really interesting.
There's also Golf Clash.
Most people claim that they don't love EA all that much, but EA games still sell like gangbusters every fucking year. Like, people complain about them, but they still buy them.
Yeah, so, I mean, what was it? Jedi Fallen Order did really well, and then EA distributed fucking Mass Effect Legendary Edition, but actually sold a decent amount of fucking games.
The main thing that the reason why it's for me is because EA is notorious for having some of their game franchises go way too far with these fucking loot boxes. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, no, stop it with these fucking microtransactions. Like some are fine, you know, but when it's like literally to like progress the game, you know, it's like just stop it. You know, like I shouldn't be getting, you know, certain things that can basically make me a way better gamer way before anybody else that has to grind. You know, there should never be a microtransaction to progress yourself in a game like that. You know what I mean? And like a lot of games do that shit.
I don't remember it was EA, but I feel like it was them. But they also had that stupid fucking licensing for the game. So if I bought a game and I was to sell it to somebody, like that person would have to go onto EA and buy a new license to be able to play that fucking game on their console or something like that. Was that EA that did that, or was that somebody else?
Yes, it was EA, and the most egregious of that was Battlefield 3. So if you bought a used copy, you wouldn't let you play online. You would have to go into like their little store, and then you would have to buy what they called like a like game checker or whatever. It's like $15. Mm-hmm. So you spend $15 on the game, and then you'd have to spend another $15 to access the multiplayer. You could play the single player fine, but in order to play the multiplayer, you would have to buy like this it was called an online pass. You had to buy the pass. So now, if you're playing on the Xbox, it doesn't matter because all their games are on Game Pass. You don't have to purchase that shit. I have no idea what it's like on the PlayStation Store. I didn't look because I have both systems, but at least on the Xbox side, if you have, you know, Game Pass, you can access virtually their entire library, almost literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, EA is a monster. That's at the end of the day, they can buy and sell a whole lot of fucking studios, and they, you know, big bank takes little bank. So we'll fucking
1.4 billion with the B.
Yeah, and it wasn't shit to them. So
I mean, you got to think. You brought up Prodigy. You brought up the transaction, the microtransactions that was made both Activision and EA, and how both of them made billions of dollars on microtransactions.
Yeah.
On like various games.
Oh yeah.
I was just curious. I was like, well, what did Disney pay for fucking Fox? Disney paid 52 billion for Fox.
Yeah, but that's everything Fox. Studio, land, whatever amusement parks they had, whatever gaming shit they had, people, dogs, cats, food, everything.
Yep. And then I think, what was it, when Disney bought Star Wars, wasn't that like somewhere between 4 or 8 million?
It was 4.2 billion cash.
Yeah.
They literally paid George Lucas $2 billion in cash, and then they're like, "Hey, we got to give you stock options to cover the rest," which totaled to another 2-point-something billion. So for people thinking that he literally sold out everything, yeah, he did. He sold the rights and stuff, but he's still getting paid by Disney. He still gets money, and he literally makes billions a year by sitting in his ranch and like consulting with people. That's what he does.
Shit, we will fucking see.
Money making money.
Kronos, I saw you. I think it was in the chat maybe the other day. Were you ranting about this Dungeons and Dragons game?
Oh yeah, it's fucking awful.
Game? It's a game?
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance or something like that.
Oh shit, yeah, okay.
So I got kind of excited. Let me just make sure I'm saying the Dark Alliance. I'm right. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. So when I saw the first trailer for it, I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. And I saw that it's like a 4-player co-op D&D game. The action looked pretty good. The gameplay looked pretty good. They had synergistic moves and stuff like that, like a la Mass Effect. You know, I was like, oh, this looks pretty neat. But then they said it was like it got announced. The first time I saw it was like earlier this year, and then it dropped this year, and I was like, huh. Well, okay. Because I was gonna pre-order it, and then I was like, that's kind of fast. And then it dropped like I think last week. And oh man, the reviews have been pretty bad. So apparently, it's full of fucking bugs. Like clipping, falling through, you know, walls, you know, things floating in the air, dying when you have full health, all kind of crazy shit like that. It's very repetitious, apparently, which is, I mean, most games are repetitious if you think about it. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Of course.
I don't know why people always say that's like a bad thing, but I guess it depends on the type of repetition. The storytelling was just kind of okay. I guess the voice acting was good, but yeah, it just seemed like a kind of a hot mess. And apparently, it's like it really sucks to play, solo. So I'm just like, which is like definitely like a downside for me. So yeah, IGN gave it a 4. I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah,
4?
okay, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah, like it's pretty rare that like I thought it was a AAA game to get a 4. Like, holy shit.
That's That's a terrible look.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, didn't some reviewer give it a 2 out of like 10 or something? Someone else too.
It's got some pretty. I'm looking at Metacritic, but it looked bad. Like.
Well, I guess what's so sad to me is this is a beloved fucking franchise. Like the whole reason why we got a whole lot of inspired role-playing games was because of like the board game of Dungeons and Dragons. Does this have to have a connection to the original board game?
Yeah. They have some of the characters from in there. Drizzt, I think is his name. He's in there. A whole bunch of other characters are in there. God damn. Yeah, I'm looking. The Metacritic score from the reviewers is 58, and the user score is 1.4.
Oh God, dang!
Yeah, that's
kick to the balls.
From the PC side, literally only has one positive review. Let me look at some of the other. Let's see. The Xbox review is sitting at 67% or 60%. Yeah, Metacritic score 56%, and the user score is 4.3. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
That's a wrap. That's a fucking wrap, man. Jesus Christ. So the developers, did you already mention this? How do you pronounce this? 2K games? Tuki games?
Not 2K, but it looks like Tuki or maybe something like that.
Tuki.
Because if you say 2K, it sounds like 2 and
Dookie?
like 2K games, like the other.
Yeah.
Studio. It's definitely not 2K Studios. All
right. We will fucking see. But I have no interest in even dipping my fucking toe in this bullshit. Fuck that.
So, Prodigy, you weren't on last week. We talked pretty heavy about E3. I guess just really quickly, what were you excited to see that was shown at E3?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go back to the whole like week leading up because I don't know if this was technically in it, but I mean, the games that have me fucking hyped. The Elden Ring looks like incredible. You got fucking dragons catching lightning, and you got the 4-player co-op stuff going, and the summoning with FromSoft. So that looks great to me, and that's dropping in January with a release date. So I'm hyped because there was a lot of people online that weren't believing that was actually going to ever actually get a release date, actually get a trailer, get some news on it. It was supposed to be a fucking urban legend for a while. Dying Light 2 has all my fucking hype. The first one, holy fucking shit, dropped in 2015. They still have released like new content and new DLC updates all the way up until like this year. So getting a sequel to that from Techland is got all my fucking hype. I'm gonna tip my hat to Microsoft. Like, I really like what they showcased with Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Yeah, it looked like old school, fun Halo from the aughts. You know what I mean? That looked really, really cool. The other one was Hades getting released for, I guess, Xbox and PlayStation. That sounds pretty dope overall. Yeah, I mean, those were the things that kind of really stood out for me. I didn't watch every single aspect of the show. I was just getting kind of the highlights because I was busy with all my personal shit. But yeah, Elden Ring, Dying Light 2, and Diablo. I never played Diablo 2. I started really with Diablo 3, and everybody says that Diablo 2 was really a much better game, so they're doing a remake of that, and it's dropping later this year. I'm in the mood for some fucking co-op dungeon crawling bullshit, so give me that Diablo 2 goodness, and that'll kind of satisfy me until we get some Diablo 4 later on. But Blizzard hasn't had a big release really since a fucking Overwatch, right?
I mean, their big release didn't do well, which is Battleborn. I don't know what else came out
That
after
wasn't
that.
Blizzard. That wasn't Blizzard.
That's Gearbox, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but so anyway, it's been a while for Blizzard, but yeah, those are the ones that really fucking stood out for me. I'm happy for Switch fans with Breath of the Wild, I guess dropping later next year. But those are the ones that. Oh, and then one last one. Sorry, Rainbow Six Extraction. I loved Siege. I'm down for using some of those same fucking operators and working through co-op and aiming down the sights, but at a 45-degree angle and clearing corners with extraction and killing. I guess it's going to be alien shit, that you work together and clear rooms and take out alien fucking spit and fucking eggs or whatever the fuck. I'm down for that, especially using that same stuff from Rainbow Six where you shoot through fucking walls and like use a sledgehammer with certain operators. I'm fucking all on board, man. Oh, and Back for Blood.
What was your take on the one game from oh god, what was it? The one that was part of the Microsoft showcase at the end, not Red Sun. What was it called?
Oh, the vampire game.
Yeah, the vampire game. Red something. I can't think what it's called.
It looks cool. I need to see a little bit more gameplay, but it looks mildly interesting. The fact that it's a new IP makes me feel like I need to see a little bit more. But so far, so good. I think for me, like, and I'm not a huge Halo guy, but I had a fucking huge ass hard on for that multiplayer with Halo, so much that I couldn't keep it up for everything that they were doing.
Damn.
It's kind of funny. Today is actually I think it's the 20th anniversary for the Super Nintendo coming out, being released.
N64.
N64.
N64, that's what it was, yeah. And then it's also the 30th anniversary for fucking Sonic the Hedgehog coming out on the Sega Genesis? Yeah, Sega Genesis. So, could you imagine fucking 3 fucking decades? Like 30 years ago, we were playing fucking Sonic on the goddamn Sega.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird. And fun fact: the actor Jaleel White, who played Urkel on Family Matters, he's the voice of Sonic in like the TV show, and I guess a couple of the games.
Yeah, he was the
Not
voice.
all the games.
He was the voice of Sonic for all 3 of the animated shows they had.
He did a good job. He did a great job. And here's the other thing too: Sonic has arguably the best video game adaptation movie. Like,
so far.
Yeah. I mean, that was a solid fucking movie all the way around. People loved it. My kids loved it, and they want to see fucking more. They set it up for some sequels, so I'm all there for Sonic. And he's had some recently good games. One of the ones I can't remember which Sonic game it was that was free on PlayStation Plus. A couple or
Sonic Rivals, I think it was.
One of them. Yeah, I thought it was fun. My son liked it and whatnot, but
it was fun but short.
Yeah, I mean, overall, back to E3, like it didn't like completely blow me away, like back in like the 2000s when G4 was covering it. You know what I mean? But I thought it was solid with good news. A lot of things got delayed, and a lot of things are getting pushed till 2022. But we got plenty of games to play, and I'll wait patiently.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like super like overwhelmed, like oh my god, but I really wanted to see Rainbow Six Extraction. I wanted to see how it's going to go down. It's funny because I guess there's characters from Siege in this game.
Yes.
So they're popping up in the game, and I played. I own Ghost Recon, and a couple of the characters from Siege show up in Recon. You do like a joint mission in that, so I was like, oh, this is actually interesting.
Just to clarify, so nobody like gets really mad when they hear you describe it like that. So they're like really operators kind of in Siege, and so they all have like a name and a personality, and then they have certain skills. So like Sledge has a fucking sledgehammer, you know what I mean? But each one like is a beloved. Yes, it's a character, but they call them operators in there, and each like major country has their own tactical SWAT. Marines, some kind of badasses, basically.
Yeah, each country. I mean, but that's like true to form today. Like each country has their own version of SWAT. They just call them something different.
Well, I'm just saying that they use that in Siege, and then they put a operator with a specific name and face and personality and certain skill sets male or female or whatever from that country with that appropriate name and with that like operator class of, this is someone who uses, the little robot. This is someone who can use the mines better. This is someone who can has like sniper skills. This is someone who really does well with breaking through walls, etc. But yeah, the operator's a badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that comes out this year. This comes out in a couple months. Because this was originally supposed to drop in December of 2020. Obviously, because of COVID, they actually stopped some development or slowed development down, revamped it up, and then now they have a solid release date of September 21st.
And it's still, because that one's more co-op, it seems like PvE rather than PvP as much. Don't quote me, we'll see. But, Siege ain't gonna fucking stop. You're still gonna have fucking tournaments for Siege. You know what I mean? People love that fucking game, and I think they'll still continue to fucking add on content for both.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I missed the train on Siege. And I know that they try to get people like every few months by dropping, because they don't offer for free. They just drop the price. So they try to get more people.
$3 now, $2-3.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna try to go all in Extraction because I like the concept. I know that Rescuing Teammates is because I watched the 15-minute like gameplay thing, and it looked interesting. Like if someone's stuck, you got to rescue them or whatnot, and then you could get stuck. It looks like so. I also know that they are going to showcase more in July because they haven't showed all the modes, and they said they're going to show more in July. They're also going to do the same with Battlefield 2042. So I'm looking forward. I'm hoping EA shows up and shows us stuff that like is going to want people to buy and play, especially with Siege or with Extraction. Or actually, they need more people for Battlefield. Like Battlefield's got to come and show up with modes that are not just team deathmatch or conquest.
I think it's gonna. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm a little bit worried about Battlefield, man. If I'm honest, and you know how much I loved Battlefield 1. That was my
that was Battlefield 1, but you didn't play Battlefield 5 though.
Well, here's the thing. The sad thing is Battlefield 5 just didn't really like set the world on fire. You know what I mean? And so they got to bring it. And then I heard that there's no campaign. I heard there's no Battle Royale mode either. And I'm just like,
Battlefield 5 has Battle Royale mode. They had their Battle Royale mode. I know, but it's just funny that their past game had one. And they even had it before Modern Warfare did. Or before Call of Duty did. And so now they're going to take it away.
No, they didn't have it before Black Ops 4.
Oh, yeah. No. Before, because they came within the same calendar year. So Battlefield dropped their Firestorm, which is Battle Royale, before Modern Warfare did.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, and then, so that's the thing, though. EA, it keeps talking about all these secretive modes that they're going to drop. There's some super modes. Like, rumor has it they're going to have, like, a zombie mode, but nothing's been confirmed. So I'm hoping on July 22nd, which is supposed to be their state of play or whatever, or EA play date, whatever the fuck they're calling it. I hope they show more than just Conquest and like the stuff looks cool, but it's like, okay, we've kind of been there. You always have vehicles. You've introduced weather effects even in Battlefield 1. So what else do you have? That's what's going to get people to buy their game, and I'm hoping they bring it in July to get people interested because I love Battlefield. But if you're just giving me the same old thing, I'm going to wait till it's like on sale then.
Yeah, it was a waste of. There was a lot of game makers that just wasted in E3. Like honestly, like they announced the latest Battlefield, but if you're not announcing something that is like new and like innovative, then why the fuck even? And then to say, oh well, we have secret modes. Then hold off your fucking announcement until you can show us the secret modes to actually build up hype for the game. Because this, to most people, this has no hype. It's just going to be another Battlefield, and you're not showing us anything new that Call of Duty or all these other, first-person shooters that they already have. You need to be able to differentiate yourself in this very crowded field of games. Like FPS shooters, it's very competitive. Mm-hmm. And if you half step on a release, you're just going to go to the wayside. And I feel like that's the way Battlefield has been since like basically Battlefield 3. They've just been releasing kind of like these mediocre FPS games that have been getting crushed by Call of Duty, constantly crushed.
With the exception of Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 was their probably most successful Battlefield of late.
And 4.
No,
Well, 4 was good, but 4 had a lot of launch issues, like a lot of fucking issues. But they cleaned it up. It became better over time. When that's a problem with EA, it's like, oh, here's a game. We're gonna give you these modes, but they're like 3 months after launch.
yeah, I mean,
Like I know they're doing seasons and all that other shit, but they gotta come day one with shit that people are gonna want to play.
yeah, I mean, the best thing about Battlefield 1 for me by far was like the story modes, because they had like these really cool like little segments of like telling stories of these certain World War I battles, and it was really cool. But there was only like I think 4 or 5 of them.
I think 4. Yeah, 4.
And that was
maybe.
like basically, I was like, come on, man! Like they had me wanting more, and they never gave us more. And they announced the next game, and they didn't have any of that shit in there. So it was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefield is. I can almost definitively say this one is not going to beat Call of Duty based on history, and almost none of them beat Call of Duty. Call of Duty is just fucking. You know, I've mentioned it a million times on here. Call of Duty is just a fucking juggernaut, huge dick swinging juggernaut that comes annually every year and knocks a whole lot of shit, almost everything else out the fucking water. However, this year you got even more stuff going on in the world of first person shooters because you got, hopefully a good Halo. We'll see, dropping, and it's like Chrono said, there's a lot of fucking competition. I want Battlefield to differentiate itself, but you got to bring your heavy fucking hitters. Maybe in July they'll drop something, but it's hard. It's hard to fucking get gamers' attention, especially given the fact that with Call of Duty, and we talked about it quite a bit on here. Yes, they have the giant gigabyte size of like 200 gigs, 300 gigs, whatever the fuck, but they drop new shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like new modes, new maps for zombies, new fucking guns, new fucking love. Like, they don't rest on their laurels in terms of, like, having new stuff for you to play. Like, if you buy it in November or October, you're going to have brand new shit pretty much every month up until the next one releases.
Yeah, and they said that about this new Battlefield. I guess they're doing part of the siege route where they have operators, I guess. They call them specialists, not. And each one has unique abilities or whatever the fuck. So I'm not sure how that's going to play into this first-person shooter. If you have unique squad members, I don't know if you're going to have to like earn them to play them or something. We'll see. We'll find out come July when they drop their thing. So
yeah. I want to learn more. I want everybody, I want all games to, that are good to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, I know people put a whole lot of fucking effort and time into this shit, but
yeah, I love me some Battlefield. I love like using fucking vehicles in combat.
yeah, and I played the shit out of Battlefield 1 with you. The multiplayer I loved. I fucking loved it. Clicked for me. We'll fucking see.
Yeah, because it was fun.
Yeah,
it was hella fun.
Look at the contrast to like Halo. So the new Halo Infinite's gonna come out, right? And they had their actual trailer was actually really good compared to Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield is just like, okay, it's a Battlefield game, but at Halo Infinite, like they're bringing back like old modes. You got this new grappling hook fucking thing. You got all this crazy customization they previously didn't have that I'm aware of. I don't even fucking like Halo, and it had me like, okay, you're giving like people a reason, like they give me a reason like actually buy an Xbox Series X. Like I'll play Halo on there. I'm curious to see what like their new single player is as well. But when you come to me with just like your basic stuff, it'd be like if Halo got announced, like, yeah, John Spartan's back. Well, yeah, we knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like for Battlefield for me. It's like, yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do. I mean, we'll see. I'm a fan of Battlefield, but they've had missteps like every other iteration. So I'm hoping this one they kind of not, because I prefer more modern combat. That's why I really love Modern Warfare. So I'm hoping they do like Battlefield 4 but better. in this rendition, so we shall see.
Yes, we shall. All right. Did anybody else want to bring up something different from the
I got
list?
something.
Okay.
So Father's Day happened over, the weekend, the past weekend.
Wait, didn't you call it Motherfuckers Day?
It is Motherfuckers Day because every father is a motherfucker.
That's so good.
Well, I mean, unless you adopted and you're gay, obviously. But I'll try to be inclusive a little bit. But anyway,
Okay.
I got this really cool candle from Ibeji Oil and Candles. K-Mac.
Nice.
This is their Father's Day. I believe it's pronounced the Ogun candle. It smells fantastic. It smells like cologne, really. And I talked to my sister, and she said that when she smelled this scent, that it reminded her of her dad. So I was like,
Nice.
I can definitely understand that because it smells like a sophisticated man's cologne, and the actual glass that comes with it is fantastic. Like I didn't want to burn it at first because I didn't want to have an empty cool ass glass container, but apparently she can refill these. Obviously, but I can get this refilled because she's my sister and she doesn't live far from me. But it's a fantastic candle.
That actually would be a cool thing that you can do. I guess that'd be kind of expensive. If you ship your empty container back to the company, they'll ship you back a new candle or whatever.
Yeah. So actually, I was talking to her about something about that. Basically, for her, getting the glass containers, it's not cheap. They're relatively expensive, and she can reuse them. And I guess that would be a good idea. If she could somebody could ship them the glass back, and then just have her refill it. Obviously, you pay for the refill.
Yeah,
And,
it's a kind of discount.
Yeah, and then mail it back. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a great idea. If you don't already have the idea, EVs
There you go.
Oil and Candles, then there goes another cool idea for you. But yeah, I'm glad that they're doing really well with their business. So if you guys are interested, you go to ibejioilandcandles.com. I don't have our promo code up right now, but it was 15% off. But it'll be in the description of the podcast. How you can get 15% off. I think it's over $35, something like that. So it's a good deal. They have really good smelling oils and candles and various other things they had
Body oils.
Yeah, oils, soaps, some scrubs and shit like that.
Body scrubs, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Some
all,
bath bombs. That's
Yeah.
what they have.
yeah. I need to get some more stuff from them. Even though I have a bunch of candles, but I need to get some other soaps and stuff. But I'm glad that that they're doing well, and this latest candle is dope. And obviously you can get our actual official candle from them as well. If y'all didn't know, we have the Blacker Than the Blackest Musk candle on there. You can customize your name on there. This obviously says my name on here, but you can get one with your name on it or one of our names on it. It's customizable, and it smells dank as fuck. I'm just saying, great smell. Is that the last thing? Oh, and then also we didn't talk about Juneteenth on the last episode.
Oh,
yeah.
no, we
We
didn't.
kind of fucked up. So
Well, it hadn't happened yet because it was on Sunday.
Saturday?
this thing was Saturday.
Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Friday,
Yeah, it was
Saturday.
Saturday. It was Saturday.
Yeah, I got made into a federal holiday, which is I never would have saw that shit coming.
Nope.
Seriously. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that America has to do to fix a lot of shit. And people are saying that, we got, this, but with all these other things. Yeah, I get it. There's a whole bunch of other things that America our federal government needs to own up to, especially when it comes to civil rights and basic human decency. But at least this is a step in a right direction. I want these other things to happen as well. But let's just celebrate, when African folks became free. Well, free in America. We got to move from slavery into the Jim Crow era. So
Yeah. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So, Juneteenth is when the last, basically, plantation or whatever, they became aware that Lincoln had freed the slaves, and that's the whole reason for Juneteenth. Juneteenth happened on June 19th, right?
yeah, it's the state of Texas. But one of y'all that went to HBCUs fucking explain it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't divorce it from the state of Texas because this is literally about black folks in Texas. So There's that, and then I mean, you kind of captured the essence of it in terms of it's about remembering a fucking lie. You know what I mean? It's about remembering the fact that slavery was so fucking important to the entire U.S., but especially specifically to the South, that they just lied even after the Emancipation Proclamation to people, slaves in Texas about the fact that they should have been free for 2 plus
2
years.
years? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah.
And even afterwards, it wasn't just, now and everything's fine and go on about your merry way. We can get into that history later, but the one thing I want to really point out is that this wasn't just something that it did suddenly come about, and it happened very fast on a federal level and with Congress and the White House and whatnot. But people had been clamoring for this, not just people, Black folks in Texas, let me be real specific, for decades and decades, and have been celebrating this for decades and decades and decades. What I'm going to say is, don't do that bullshit where you say, hey, get 25% off a new Toyota or a new Mazda.
Juneteenth sale.
Don't do that bullshit. And I'm talking to you like corporate white America, because that's going to be real insulting and you're going to have a real bad backlash. And I'm also going to say, even though it takes place in June, to be very clear, not that I have anything against Pride Month at all, but it is not a Pride event. I got to be clear on that. Just like how in June there's also Father's Day. You know what I mean? Or in February, it's quote unquote Black History Month, but there's also Valentine's Day. You can't just because you like something or something's new, be lazy and try to mix things up. Get the fuck out of here. Juneteenth is Juneteenth.
You want to explain where you're coming from with that? With the whole...
Yeah, just to be really clear, there were plenty of people trying to have, Juneteenth Pride events and whatnot in certain areas of the country. And again, I have no issues. I want to be real clear. I'm not against Pride events. I'm not. I've gone to some. But Juneteenth is a very specific event, and it's about remembering being lied to about, for Black folks in Texas for several years about slavery supposedly ending. That has nothing to do with you having pride in your sexual orientation. Get the fuck out of here. And the mingling of such, was just some lazy co-optive bullshit that I did not appreciate at all, and a lot of people didn't appreciate at all. And I want to be real clear on this because I don't want people thinking I'm, anti anything. You can certainly be Black and LGBTQ and celebrate Juneteenth, and you can certainly be Black, LGBTQ, or any race and celebrate Pride. I'm not saying you can't celebrate them. I'm saying specifically the mixing of is in a weird way, not just a mixing of, trying to co-opt Juneteenth and say, oh, it's part of Pride. No, it isn't. It has a distinct, separate history and a very separate meaning. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
It would be
separate events.
Let me give you maybe an example. Maybe not a good example. Hope it's a good example. It'd be like at the point to when we had the last state finally have legalized gay marriage. Mm-hmm. And it happened to fall in February. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, everybody Black was just like, oh yeah, it's a Black thing now. Like the day that everybody, all the states made it legalized to have gay marriage, because it lands in Black History Month. It's now a Black History thing because there's plenty of Black gay people. And so we're going to take over this. We're going to co-opt it into our thing, but it's not like that. Yeah. Like we all went through, our own trials and tribulations. Like historically, fucked up. Like both groups had fucked up shit that happened to them. Sure. But they're unique to them. And yeah, there is some overlap if you happen to be, in the LGBTQ community and African descent. Obviously, there's some overlap there. But it's not. But it's not the same thing. It's just
that's the thing, and it's hard to kind of explain because again, I don't want to come across as someone who's hating in any way. But, and of course you can certainly celebrate, federal holiday now. That's great. I'm happy about it. But, let's just be clear. Just like I'm giving, some heat and smoke to, I don't want to see discounts on mattresses and Toyotas and shit on that day.
For Juneteenth?
Well, you already saw fucking IKEA they started making fried chicken and watermelon. They already fucked up.
Are you fucking serious?
Really?
Yeah. Let me just
my
fact
God.
check myself. I've seen this story a couple times. But let me see. IKEA watermelon.
You know what's funny is that
watermelon sugar.
Yeah, they apologize.
Like cake.
Yeah.
I apologize. Well, it's funny because like Cake Man, he doesn't like watermelon. He's probably one of the he's on the darker side of the skin tone, and like I don't like fried chicken. And I like kind of the reason why I don't like fried chicken is I don't like the whole stereotype of like black folks like, oh, you like fried chicken because you're black, blah blah blah. But I kind of like it. It's sometimes just way too fucking greasy. But like, I don't know where I was going with this story. To be honest, but no, I just
not all of us are stereotypical.
Yeah,
all of us don't look alike.
Yeah, fried chicken and watermelon isn't a common stereotype with black folks.
I kind of feel bad for IKEA, to be honest with you, because they're fucking Swedish. They probably don't know.
Sweet.
They
probably didn't.
They probably legit don't know. But
know.
somebody from fucking IKEA America should have known. Been like, hey, you silly Swedish people, like you can't do that.
It's true.
Somebody
should say something.
It'd be like if they would just made them all like a Swedish chef. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you're fucked up. It's like, come on, man.
That's all.
Dirty.
Oh my God,
man. I love that fucking.
Swedish chefs is fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm not a fan of watermelon either. Like, I'm like over it. Like, I had watermelon vegan beer, which was, it was alright, but
it's
definitely not
vegan beer. What? It's already vegan.
Yeah. It's labeled. It literally says on. It's a kombucha, vegan, gluten free. All that's just literally on the label.
It's a kombucha.
Let's
stop it.
Yeah.
That's too extra.
I don't make the. Yeah, I think it's local too. Actually, I'm gonna try to get some for next week if I remember. Because I bought some for my cousin. But it has all these fucking labels on there.
I mean, technically, listen, beer has yeast in there. So if you want to be real technical, the motherfuckers are alive.
Yeah.
So, and you definitely need those. You need yeast to make alcohol. So, if you want to really split fucking hairs, no beer, or any alcohol would be vegan. But
but isn't it the waste product of the yeast?
It is.
Yeah, but the
yeast piss.
Okay.
It's still like the yeast dies and it's in there. So it gets filtered out, but not in the house.
Same thing with like honey. Like honey's a byproduct of bees, but that's considered not vegan. Also like milk. I mean, it's a byproduct of an animal, so that's considered not vegan. But like what crazy thing I learned about like veganism is that like figs aren't vegan. And I'm like, wait, they're fucking fruit. Like, why aren't they vegan?
Yes.
It's because there's bugs. There's bugs that go inside of figs to like fertilize them or some shit to cause them to grow, and that's the reason why figs exist. Something weird. I know there's bugs inside your fucking figs.
Hold on.
And that's the reason why they're not vegan.
I'd look it up because my daughter told me this. And I was just like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Wasps is what they are.
It's wasps.
Certain kinds of wasps do go into certain kinds of figs specifically, and they go in there and they lay eggs. And then the wasp, because the hole that it goes through is so tight that it loses its wings, and then it dies in there. And then the eggs grow inside the figs. But... it's true. Like you can Google it right now if you want to. But most figs in America, there's a special kind. It's like the male fig is the one that we mainly eat in America, and those don't have the hole for wasps to go into and do their thing and die and have babies and shit.
Let me be real clear. I don't give a fuck if you are vegan. Fuck every single wasp on this goddamn planet. Nobody loves wasps. Get the fuck out of here. You're not winning over anybody. That's not like the slaughter of a baby calf or some shit or duck fertilized or whatever. No, you're talking about wasps. Evil fucking wasps. The insect that you don't want to fuck with, the one that can keep stinging you, the one that makes you shut the fuck up when you see the nest. Fuck wasps. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I almost got greatly angry on that.
No, I mean,
hilarious.
But for real, like, especially if you're a homeowner, you start seeing like a wasp nest, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasps sucks.
Where's the fine?
You're not convincing me, vegans, that you actually give a fuck about wasps. You're just not convincing me. Fuck out of here.
But they probably do. They'll probably let them sting them fucking 5 million times until they die. Save a life.
Until they die.
Go.
Yeah, they probably would.
He's just doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's why I can't kill them.
I mean,
they're about to kill you.
The weird thing is, like, I understand, like, from a moral perspective, like the thing with vegans. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to take a life. You don't want to like do what. But it's like, listen, it's a circle of fucking life. When you fucking die, they're just gonna eat you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's gonna happen. Like, whether you die from natural causes or whatever, bacteria at minimum is gonna fucking break your ass down. So we're supposed to, like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I get you on that. I can understand that intellectually. What I can't understand is, honey, or milking a goat or a cow. Like, they produce a dairy product that doesn't require you to kill them.
Yeah, but then they'll go into like, they equate it to like slavery and shit like that. But it's just fucking weird to me. But what's weird to me? So I know a guy who is a vegan. He's so the farm that I went to a couple of weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
The husband he's vegan and he has like all these animals. But the coolest, it was weird because I was just like, so what are you doing with all these animals? And he's just like, oh, I just raise them. It's like really cool guy. Like, and he's just like, yeah, I just raise them and we rescue a bunch of animals and like the wife who I know, she's on the podcast. Nicole, she was on the podcast. We talked about shit, I can't remember. It was a while.
Are you gonna talk about socialism or something like that?
Something like that. It was a good podcast. We had a lot of fun talking. But it's funny because like watching them like handle animals, like big ass fucking farm animals. Because when I first got there, I was like kind of sketched. I'm like, yo, y'all got like big ass farm like a cow that's like 1,000-pound animal. Well, it probably wasn't 1,000 pounds. Maybe I don't.
Probably close
big.
to it though.
Yeah, it's a big ass animal. Like when you see a cow like on TV, it's like, oh, it's just a cow. When you see a cow and you can touch it, like it's way different.
Like,
yeah, because you're just like I'm very small. So, but now like, go ahead.
I was gonna say you've seen cows on Mission Peak though. There's a shit ton of cows up there.
Yeah, but I wasn't like petting the cow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but some of them are on the path though, because when I've gone up there, some of them are like in the way.
I walked around them. Like I gave him a wide berth. But when I was there, like I was like, it was so weird because like I guess she had like this duck, and this duck was basically like a fucking cat. Like, she took this duck out of its little pen, and she was like calling it to like walk, and it would just like follow her around, and then she would pick it up like it was like a fucking cat and like petting it and shit. And then like I remember like seeing like their whole farm, they had like all these animals, and it was like a couple of acres.
Yeah.
And I didn't know like where I could go, because like me and Riley were like swimming in the pool, having fun. We got to see the animals, and they just opened the pen up and they started walking in. She's like, "You guys want to come in?" I was like, with all those animals?
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, all right. Like, I'll walk in. Like, you guys survived. Like, I'll probably survive. And they had they had hogs, not pigs, hogs.
Hogs,
okay?
yeah.
Like, because they had the fucking crazy hair and the tusks. So when pigs go feral, they turn to hogs.
Yep.
But they were super gentle. Like, even the cow, he was cool as fuck too. There was a bunch of baby goats that I got to pet and shit like that. Like, even the cow, like, it was. I remember when I first walked in, I was like, kind of skittish, and then like this fucking full-size goat with crazy horns just like walked up and like started nudging me to like pet it. And I was just like, okay. And then it got kind of normal. And then the cow came out, and I was just like, all right, don't fucking charge me, please. And then so like apparently there was like this tree that was like all the lower leaves were just like eaten away because they would all eat it. And I was like, okay, this cow seems to want to get to these leaves. I was like, why don't I just help him out? And then I just pulled the leaves down and ate it, and he was like, "Me and him were good to go." So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I got nothing against the non-slaughter of animals. I really don't. It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, a chicken laying eggs and me scrambling them, doesn't really hurt the chicken. The chicken's gonna lay those goddamn eggs any goddamn way.
Yeah.
And so, it's not like I'm killing the chicken by taking the eggs and putting them in a fucking omelet. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part where I can't quite grasp around it, but,
Well, and if you want to go, like, kind of sort of meta with it, if we stopped eating all like meat, every single human being stopped eating all meat, what would happen on this planet? Like, what are we gonna do with all these animals? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. You know,
like seriously,
They have to slaughter them all.
No, I'm not saying even if you didn't slaughter them, say just let them do their own thing. Like, what you eventually somebody would have to kill a portion of them because if you didn't, they would
you'd have to have a
reproducing.
predator.
Yeah, there's no way around that.
Not just that, like for the land that they're on, like they're gonna have to clear them out to be able to build houses on those lands that the cows were living on, which is what we've done for like fucking with horses and shit before we domesticated them.
Yeah. We're gonna go down some rabbit holes here.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there is better ways. So like I don't like factory farming. I don't like.
Yeah, me neither.
Listen, if you're gonna eat meat, and obviously you're gonna eat animal flesh or whatever, I would rather the animal not live in a fucking torturous environment for its entire goddamn life and then get brutally murdered at the end of it. I would much rather it live in like a more natural environment and then get quote unquote humanely killed or just instantly killed so that it feels no pain. You know what I mean? And it's not torture for its entire existence. That's ideally how we should be treating animals if we're gonna eat them.
Yeah, no, I got no arguments against that. None at all. You know. But let me wear my leather jacket.
Damn.
Let's wrap it on up, guys. Unless we had any B&Bs.
Actually, there was 2 of them, but we can save them for next week.
Yeah, let's save them then.
So hopefully next week I'm gonna try to make it so the rest of you guys can come in the studio.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Hopefully, because I'm on vacation starting today, and hopefully I can move some shit around and get us back in the same building again.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Blue, what you got popping this week? God damn it.
Oh shit. Just slowly watching little baby Bash grow. He's officially 14 weeks today, right? A little bit over 3 months. But like right now, he knows how to suck his thumb, which was kind of crazy. Like it's like he's been like basically sticking his whole fist in his mouth, and it's funny because when he first did it, it made me think of when I met Cronus' daughter for the first time. Like we were at Dave and Buster's, and she stuck her whole fist in her mouth. I'm like, wow, the whole fist. And Cronus is like, shut up, man, shut the fuck up. But but like he eventually figure out like he has a thumb that he can suck on, so he's like suck on his thumb, which is it's super adorable. But I'm just thinking of like the dental bill and like trying to figure out how to get this kid to stop sucking his thumb, and I don't want him to be fucking teased and stuff like that. But no, just watch it. This little kid fucking grows. It's fucking amazing. We actually did a photo shoot last week for Father's Day. So I have the sweetness bought me a shirt that says it says copy, and then for him he has a onesie that says paste. So like just copy and paste me onto him, whatever. So that was really cute. But no, on Friday I'm actually gonna hang out with some friends. I'm gonna break quarantine. I know the state of California they dropped the whole mask mandate on the 15th, but I'm gonna try to go to Topgolf with some friends. Some of my friends from my bachelor party group. They want to hang. Only 2 out of the bachelor party. Yeah,
Wasn't even invited. It's all good.
They invited me, so.
It's all.
Yeah, you hate golf.
I'm sure Robbie's one of them, right? He knows me.
No, it's Tito and Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so we're gonna meet up with them on Friday. We're gonna try to do Topgolf. Right now it's kind of fucking popular, so we might either do Topgolf or do maybe Dave and Buster's or Big Gay Al MLP. Big Al.
Big Al. Is this still open?
Big Al.
That's awesome.
That's what I was wondering.
They've been open.
Okay.
They've been open for a while.
So we might do that. Then Amazon Prime got me. I bought a bunch of cute little toys for little baby Bash, but like I definitely I want to clean out my garage and get rid of a bunch of old shit so I can set up like my bike and try to do some bike riding. But other than that, I got a bunch of shows I need to watch. Rick and Morty, Loki, fucking the CW shows have been fucking killing it with with Flash and Legend of Tomorrow. The show's been really fucking good. But other than that, just chilling, drinking, and loving life.
Good shit, Cronus. What you got?
Like I said, I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna get some shit done around the house. I'm gonna pack up my oldest daughter's stuff and ship it out to her where she's living. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like get some workouts in. Hopefully, some some more jujitsu in. And hopefully see you guys next week in the studio. But
That'd be fun.
I want to do like some more stuff with like maybe building a fence or extending the deck or something like that. But the fucking price of wood is just insane right now.
It's like twice.
Yeah, no, it's like 500% increase. It's like basically like gold bricks that you're buying.
God damn.
Time. It's fucking it's crazy. And I've had conversations with people about it, and apparently like they shut down some wood, some lumber yards because they thought that there was going to be no need for wood because of COVID. But nobody stopped building houses. Nobody stopped building anything, really. Like, especially in California. Like, literally, I've seen more construction done during COVID than any other time. Like, especially near me. Like, there's a whole bunch of new fucking apartment buildings and houses and shit like that. I'm just like... So, yeah, the price of wood is astronomical right now. But, yeah, I'm just... Yeah, just mainly shit around the house and jiu-jitsu, hopefully.
Good shit. I'm glad you're rolling again.
Yeah, I might hit you up on Saturday, Kronos, and talk to you about some things.
Okay.
That sounded cryptic as fuck.
Yeah. So,
Old man, what you got?
I'll tell you what. Is there a body involved, or what are we doing here? We gotta,
I don't know.
Do we have to John Cena somebody? Wink, wink.
Do you have a flat? Do you have a flat end shovel or a pointy end shovel?
I have a flat end shovel. I have a geopick.
Okay, that'll work out.
And I know there's some hogs.
Wow.
Carol Baskin.
They're vegan. The hogs are not.
Old man, what you got?
So it's still been pretty warm out in the Bay. So, because last week I went to the beach, ate at one of the restaurants, went to the Crow's Nest, which is like right on the water, right near the lighthouse and stuff. So might be doing another one on Friday. Not quite sure.
That's in Santa Cruz, right?
Yeah, it's in Santa Cruz. It was super packed. There was like an hour wait.
God damn.
But it worked out though. Yeah, I'm doing my guilty pleasure. Fast and Furious 9's out this weekend, so I'm probably gonna see it I'm gonna see it sometime this weekend. At the latest, I'll probably see it on Monday.
Stream it?
So, no, I'm going to theater.
No,
Cause
can you
I'm
stream
in,
it?
I don't know. Actually, it's a good question. I'm still going through some Mass Effect. Even though I completed the game, I started a new playthrough as Broshep. So now I'm Broshep, running through, trying to fuck alien chicks, trying to fuck blue chicks, and then blow up shit. So I still gotta get to these Resident Evil games though. And then yeah, like Blue says, catching up on. I've been watching some of the CW shows. So this Superman and Lois is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's legit.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, how's this being good on the CW? But okay. I've been watching some of the other stuff. Yeah, Legends has been okay. I mean, I've been enjoying it. So
It's been fun.
It's a fun little differentness, and they got a new arc going. So I'm with it. And probably going to be heading up to SAC maybe on Monday. So I might be out of town until the day of the podcast. So we'll see. Gonna help out some family with some stuff. So that's pretty much about it.
Good shit. I am probably gonna hit up San Diego and try to do some kind of move stuff. Shout out to, he's been on the show. I think we called him the chief, the fire chief. What do we call him?
Yeah, the captain.
The captain. Yeah. Shout out to him. He's been really, really helpful just with advice for down there, because I'll be literally in his city proper. And then just another quick shout out. Loving Resident Evil, like the mercenaries on Resident Evil 8. Even though I just put away my PlayStation in a box, but that shit is fun. Yeah.
That sucks when you gotta start gaming for a little bit.
Yeah. It's I'm jonesing for it, especially with all the stress of this move and all that. But really fun mode or whatever right after you beat the game. So yeah, I love that fucking game, and I really loved Streets of Rage 4. I beat that up a couple times. It's super easy to play. But other than that, man, I'm all the way hyped for and I know you guys probably talked about it a couple weeks ago, but I'm all the way hyped for this Kevin Smith He-Man that's about to drop in a few weeks. So we gonna fucking see on that goddamn shit. And I'm with you guys on the Superman show. That shit, Superman and Lois, that shit is fucking legit. So catching up on comics for sure. Gonna read a whole bunch of X-Men and Batman and fucking Immortal Hulk and all of that good stuff. And just gonna try to fucking maintain and get my mind right for, I guess, this new job and new life. I never thought I'd fucking be in Southern California. Never in my fucking life.
You fucking lie. You lie. Every time we go to Comic-Con, you're like, why don't I live here? Okay, you know what?
Okay,
one day I'm gonna probably move down here. And now that shit fucking
I do the same thing. I'm like, why don't I move back?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. I already promised my kids like Legoland and the fucking zoo, and they're excited. They'll be with those cousins down there.
Oh, so
and,
if you're gonna go to a zoo, go to the Wild Animal Park and not the San Diego Zoo.
So I've been to Wild Animal Park. Maybe I went on a bad day because some of the animals weren't like visible at all. But that was years ago. We'll see. Yeah. I'll go to both at some point. But yeah, look, that's consuming my entire life right now.
What's Carol Baskin there at the wildlife?
Oh, fucking cat lady! Goddamn, I hate that bitch.
Carol Baskin.
All right, old ninja, take us out.
All right, you just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity.
The
Dangerous podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Bees and BTI. That's BTHANBTI. Anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can check us out on Amazon. We have an app on there that lets you know when we go live. You can check out our official website, benhadproductions.com/Bees and BTI. We're also on Twitch and Instagram. Look for us on there with Bees and BTI. And then you can email us at beesandbti@gmail.com because we have a Discord. You can email us to let us know you want to be a part of the Discord, and we'll get you in there, sign you up, be all that dankness.
You better be a fan of Aphrodite titties, though.
Oh, so you can watch them slap her in the face. McAfee didn't kill himself.
And it looks like Fast 9 is going to be on HBO Max.
Oh, shit.
But it's like 2 weeks later or something like that.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. The recording stopped, but the live